And welcome to the final round of the men's interzone round robin fours, live from the Emu Point Bowling Club. After an amazing day yesterday, we've got one team undefeated, two teams hoping that the undefeated team goes down, and Southern, who haven't won a game, looking to spoil the party. My name's Peter Harris. Next to me is Bowls WA President Doug Kelly.
Yes, welcome.
Morning,
Pat.
Doug.
Thank you.
Big day. Can Southern, as I said, spoil the party and bring Eastern and Northern Zone back into it?
Well, they'll be hoping they can, and that'll be their objective today, and they're playing for a little bit more than that. I know it may be selfish, but the All-Stars is a big badge of honour that they all like to be, so they'll be out to put on the best show they possibly can, and of course it's their home ground, so there's a handful of spectators here, and the expectations are that they will do well. South West have been pushed by a few. They haven't won every ring. No. So, and there's there's lots of good players scattered right through this competition from head to toe. So we expect a few upsets through here. Whether they can clean sheet them, maybe not. But I would like to see them pinch as many rinks as they possibly could.
Southern would have gone in to the tournament full of hope. They've got some really good players, so they're more than capable of winning this morning.
Correct.
We'll go through the ladder and some of the teams in a minute. But just on our game, we are underway. Of course, early start today. They were bright and early, ready to go early. They've all had their team photos and looking their best. But on this rink, we've got Southwestern in the green. David Goddard skippering. Lee. I told Lee I'd get this wrong. McElveeney we're going. Lee McElveeney. I'm not sure that's how he said it, Doug. But we're going to go with Lee for most of the day. Kyle Fittler and David Foster. And Southern, Morris O'Neill skippering. Jason Davey, Gar for his friends. And Tim Oman and Bo Repacholi on the mat.
So Jason tells me that it's definitely Gar, has to be Gar all day. He tells me that only his mother and policemen call him Jason, so we're going to run with Gar.
Yes.
Can bowl, they tell me as well.
It's a nice start there. That is Kyle Fittler from the second position.
Hails from Margaret River.
This David Goddard team is undefeated. They've won both their games yesterday. As you'd expect, there'd be some teams in this Southwestern. But I think...
Albeit in a very tight contest on the first one, where he got over Steve Fuster by just the 2 shots.
Yes. But then had a good win in the next one. So he's plus 17 undefeated. We have 5 undefeated skippers. 2 of them are from the Southwestern, 1 of them from the Southern, and 2 from the Eastern.
Name them, Pete.
Yeah, so Christian Carr, who we live streamed first up yesterday, he undefeated. He's plus 20. David Goddard on this rink, he's plus 17. Matthew Mitchell, who is right next door on rink 4, playing Mark Simpson, he's plus 14. Scott Pennington, who also on this green, just having a look, he's on rink 2. He's plus 12. And then Jeff Main, undefeated, 2 wins, no losses, plus 2.
So good under pressure.
So good under pressure. Didn't help the aggregate much, but didn't hurt it either.
No.
So plus 2 for Jeff Main. 1-shot win and a 1-shot win, of course.
So as we work our way through that, we've got Timo Meehan, hails from the Borden Bowling Club. Skips down there. I think he's seasoned bowler and a good bowler, as we just saw then. So, and this is the one, Lee McElveeney, hails from Victoria. I think he's got 40-odd caps for the Victorians.
Okay, yep.
Played through 2018, 2020 in that part of time. It looks the goods.
Well, it must be. The whole team, obviously. I know David Goddard is a really good player who's shown himself in a number of singles events, champions and state singles.
He always pushes deep, doesn't he?
He does. So we know he can certainly play.
I actually watched him in a game this year and in coming through the state singles, and he just plays the whole game. You know, he doesn't sort of have bits and pieces and cut in and out of the game. He seems to be really consistent the entire time. He must be close to being on the edge of some sort of state squad, Peter.
Yeah. No, his name's has certainly been on the paper to keep an eye on for a number of years. So mostly singles events at this stage, but this might be his breakout year in the fours competition, where only 2 bowls, which is what state teams are all about. How well you play with 2 bowls, not necessarily 4. So he's obviously proving himself here.
As Gar comes down, grabs the jack.
Really good shot there. So nice start.
So Lee hails from Geelong, played bowls at Lorne, which is just further south again from Geelong. Actually, his mother Sue still lives in Geelong, so hopefully she's watching. And
he's got a great shot here. Piece of jack.
That's sensational.
The jack. Is he going to stay with it? Don't tell us, but that's still a really good shot. No. Southern hold on to 1. As I said, the ladder from yesterday, Southwestern won both their games, obviously against the Eastern Zone, Northern Zone. So they're plus 46, but Rink wins are the next stage down.
Yes.
Obviously, Eastern and Northern are playing each other. They've won 1 each. So the winner of that will be in contention. Southern haven't won a game, but they can help out the Eastern and Northern.
Well, here's another good bowl from.
That's a better one. That's a great shot. So the scenarios are, if Southwestern win, it's all over. There's no contest.
Yes.
They win the aggregate, they've won 3 games straight. If they lose, then the Eastern and Northern zones come in, depending on who wins that. And then it'll probably come down to rink wins. Southwestern currently have 7 rink wins. Eastern have 6, so they're right on their tail. And the Northern have 3. So it's quite difficult for Northern. They're already 4 rinks behind. Remember, we're playing a 5-rink competition, so they would need a clean sweep probably of Southwestern for them to be able to, and then they would need to clean sweep Eastern. I think that's probably enough with the scenarios, but we'll see how this unfolds, and we'll get back to it depending on this result.
Correct. So Dave Goddard.
It's a bit more tight than anything.
Morris O'Neill hails from Ongerup Bowling Club. This is his first zone, straight in as a skipper.
Is that right?
That's a huge
very
compliment.
Well in country singles, maybe 2 years ago. I think he might have.
I know the name.
Was it a final?
He's
Maybe been
popped
a final. I think the year that Warren Holt won it. I think definitely lost to Warren at the back end. It's a really tough shot, especially early on.
First up.
He's got to get David here. He's got to get around the bowls in the front and sit the shot bowl, because he's not going to draw it. He does need some movement on that shot bowl.
Did they put a roller over it this morning? I know they watered it, obviously, but
no,
maybe not.
No.
Sometimes they just polish it. But
Dean and I were here quite early.
Yes,
and
you were. That's why
we didn't
I asked.
see a roller in use. Again, the weight I think was pretty good. Just didn't get the width.
So Gar still thinks
we avoided the water. So of course they watered it today, but then no roller.
So Gar's kept him on that forehand, add just shy of a metre. And there's a gate underneath the white.
There is a gate. This is more of a practice for later on, I think. I'm not sure he'll be trying that hard here. Could be wrong, but I don't think he's getting around the front. No, he's not. But again, the weight was pretty good. So 1 to Southern, we're underway. We will bring you the other rink scores. We'll also bring you the Eastern and Northern scores as they come in. After we've played a few ends, we'll get the aggregate scores from that contest as well.
So that's Bo Repsholi, hails from the Conditton Club. First zone for him as well. So a couple of 2 debutants on the same rink, bookending the team. Skips started skipping at home, so like most of them, they know their way around a game of bowls and the importance of any position that you play. So I'd suggest Bo would have had a reasonable tournament from what they tell me.
Yeah, so Morris O'Neill's rink themselves have won 1, lost 1. They are +5, so they're in the positives.
Right, yeah, that's good.
So it'll be number 9 on the skip rink, on the skip ladder. All these results are in Bowls Link. If you go to the Bowls WA website, click on the picture of the state and masters events, and country round robins will spring up, and click on that one and you'll see all the individual rink results that happened yesterday.
So David Foster hails from the Donnybrook Bowling Club. Just have the two teams at Donnybrook. Then I had a little chat to Dave this morning, and he said he's been exceptionally solid all day yesterday. He's always around the jack, and it's part of the reason they've got 2 wins on the board.
Yes, so of course after this game, presentations, and they will name the Country All-Stars team. I know the volunteer selectors of working hard,
in the name
sleepless nights.
In the name of...
They know they're going to get in trouble no matter what team they name, but they're prepared for that. It's good to see them putting up their hands. Not too many people do.
No, and I guess in the name of fairness, you'll be able to release the Metro team as that gets announced, Peter. Is that how that works?
I assume we'll be announcing it this week as well. Yes.
Not at the same time, so they know who they're playing?
I don't know it.
You don't know it? Wow.
I know the players, but I don't know the team.
All right.
So I can't do that.
You give me the players and I'll put them in the team.
You put them in the team for me? Or for them?
Yeah. No, it's a keenly sought after position to get either of it in these 2 squads. So Tim needs to run the journey, and he has. And
nice start. Just going to run out the back door. Turns a bit sideways. It is extremely still, I might say. We're in Albany, Emu Point. You know, I can hear the waves crashing over the top of the trees. The flags are rustling a little bit, you can see in the background, but if you look on the other side towards the clubhouse, there's flags there and they're not moving at all. So
breezes, what little puff of breeze is a different direction today, so that'll be north that way. So Tim's got his weight, tad more height, and he's definitely got more height. That's going to swoop, maybe not back onto the jack, Peter?
Swoop late if he swoops. It's a really lazy late turn. Here it comes.
Once again, the weight's...
There's the other flags, not moving at all. Thank you, Dean.
Cole Fittler on the mat. He's on his backhand.
Obviously doesn't like the hat shade in his eyes with the cap backwards.
Slides past Dave, not giving too much away.
No, I might just ran out the back.
Dave Goddard, coached by his father Lance.
So a good thing?
Well, that we'll find out. I'm not sure. I know Lance. I've seen him bowl, so...
Uncle John might be better.
Yeah, John might have been a better choice, or maybe there's an auntie or someone that could have done the job. But we'll see. So if he's a little bit loose here and there, I'd suggest that Dave's coaching.
That's a good shot.
We can see it. So
got a little bit of help on the way in, but...
got to be there to have luck.
Yep. So we'll go with Gar if everyone's listening. Doesn't know Jason Davey. We're going with Gar.
Lee McElveeney played at a couple of clubs. He shifted from Lorna and came back up into Melbourne and played there, and that would have been part of his state journey. And he's going to have a fair look at this. Just got a bit of weight
on this one.
Just going to run through. Played 2 for Victoria. Matty Flapper was his skipper.
Okay.
To get in any state squad, you've got to be good.
Definitely.
But it would have been a privilege to be playing with Matt Flapper, I can assure you.
Yes, well, Matty's played with a lot of people. He played over 400 games for Victoria, well over 400 probably now. So that's another great shot there.
Set. Great set.
The Gars started this game really well, giving David a few headaches on the call here.
Yeah, can tell a joke too, they tell me. But yeah,
as I say, a matter of weight, I think, is what he's looking at. Can he go safely without
and
causing damage?
He goes
quick?
big. Yep.
Yes, he is quick. Just on the outside.
They tell me that he has a big drive and has hit
That's
sort of high percentage.
Certainly the biggest one we've seen this weekend. It was quite sedate yesterday.
It was.
There's some running shots and some three-quarter weights. But Nothing big.
So it's good to get a good set in early in any game, isn't it, Peter? You know, tells you got a good feel for the green.
Yeah.
And gives you that confidence that you need, and it is a confidence game, and we know it's played above the shoulders. So Gar will be relaxed, and I think we'll expect a really good contest here. You can just feel it already.
Two good contests yesterday.
Yeah.
I know there was a 10-shot lead in our first game, but it was still a good contest.
It was. If you'd covered the board, you wouldn't have picked it as being that. It was just those 2 sixes, that 2 ends were the difference, and that was the aggregate as well.
And then yesterday afternoon with the Brad King's rink jumping out, but really good fight back. And there's another one. Tucks the jack in as well, so...
Will Dave go big? He's onto the mat quick, and he knows what he's doing.
Not much of a target.
No.
Not much of a target at all here. So... He might need a bit of rattling to get a result here. So he's not going big. Guys, just step over it. I think there's a half remembrance as it started going down. Remember it? When you haven't played in live stream before, you do forget once you get involved that there is a camera involved here, so we may have a few of those.
That's fine.
Indiscretions, that's okay.
So David won't, Morris won't cover here, he just add?
Yeah. Oh, no, I think Gar was trying to tell him something, but Morris had made up his mind.
So where it's there, it'll just kill from there, Peter.
I would have thought so.
And if it's going to go anywhere, I'd suggest that was the last place. Getting it out there would be
I think there's a bit of confusion there. Yep, same shot. It's been called. So they both missed just on the outside. So can they tighten it up? On the down. Still just hanging. You might get nothing.
more holes.
So nice start here from Southern. Morris O'Neill rink taking out 3.
And the take comes out, so
measuring for 4.
So David has just shifted down to Eaton, just 4. Good start. So he's just shifted down to Eaton from Harvey. Just played the 1 pennant down there so far, so as he's obviously transferred pre the end of December. Played a lot of games at Harvey. Really good bowler. So Bo Repasholi, hailing from the Conditton Club, as we pointed out, had a good tournament.
Yep,
Swung the wind. The wind's not a choice. It seems drawing similar both sides, and he's all over it.
It's a great start. When you're leading 5-0 and your front toucher.
Grabbed a coffee with David this morning as on our way here. He seems pretty relaxed. They say he's a pretty chilled sort of a fella, so that won't faze him. And if you're going to put a bowl down and not be exactly where you want it, behind's fine.
Yep. So it's
Bo's been clever enough not to leave it jack high. So this will tell you that.
Yep, another good shot.
We've just run every lead that's decided that it has ended up on live stream. Peter has played to exceptional standard.
Yeah, must be good influences. David has turned his back on that one.
I'm not sure why.
Just the weight again.
Yep.
Just the weight again. So
still in there.
Just having a quick look at matchups on the other rinks that we're covering. Southern versus Southwestern. Southern, so on B1, Mark Shinzig is up against Gary Caffel. B2 is David Harris up against Scott Pennington. B3 is Jason Fegert against Gary Keep. B4 is Matthew Mitchell and Mark Simpson. So that's a big game as well, the Matthew and Mark.
Yeah, there'll be some.
Both played state.
Yeah.
Both leading figures in their teams.
Yes. Russell Tyrrell on the mat. So hopefully.
Okay, it's a good. Still 3 feet behind, so there's a bit of room still.
So Tim's first one was exceptional. He's had a good start to this game. Still continuing on that backhand.
Yeah.
Does the weight look good to you? It
No.
does finish it, but to
Does
me,
finish. I don't think it's going to finish enough.
Matt's just a bit too far back for that weight, Peter. Cole Fittler, I'm really intrigued to watch him play. They tell me that he's going to be a superstar.
It's big
Not
raps.
Yeah, it is. I think Lee already is, but they had some very kind words about Kyle, so I'll watch with interest.
David's taking an interest here. Is it going to hang enough?
That works.
Okay.
Very good.
Certainly minimum second. Makes Southern change their hands. So Gar's first bowl after a really strong start. It's not too far away again.
He's had a solid start to this game, has Gar.
It's a very good bowl. It's a really great start there from Gar. Yep, opportunities here for Lee. Turn their own. Get the split. Just a little bit of weight, metre or so here.
He's had a selection of shots already.
He has. He's close to this. He is very close. Will he get the... He got the split and it just did not work.
So he's had everything from drives to draws to just metre over. So showing his skill set already.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's not so good. You don't get into an early rhythm.
No, it's good.
You can battle along when you've played a variety of shots in the first few ends to find that drawing rhythm.
So Gar also from the Newdigate Bowling Club. There's
a few Newdigate.
Yeah, I think there's 3.
Yeah, a few Newdigates and past Newdigates, and yeah, they've got a good representation.
Yes. I'm not sure where they are on the ladder, but I must have a look later on.
So this just tightened up a bit here. There's not quite the same angles and targets. Trying to get the jack or his own bowl moving here. Will it move in enough? One. Yeah, that's a great shot.
That's a great shot.
That's 2 really well played shots.
We've seen enough already to tell us that he's good.
That's pretty good. That's weight control.
Absolutely. Everything.
To not overdo it.
That's the package.
Yeah, that's really good signs there. You can see why they're undefeated. So he's walking down there, but a pretty good target. He's got 2 bowls with not enough of a gap to really get through, so it's really a 3 or 4 bowl target here.
So he's going to the backhand.
It's really a similar bowl to what Lee played, I think. Is he going to get down enough? Just going to get to the wrong side of him.
Now that pops out, and I'll just get a reaction. Still 2 shots. Lee's. Yep. So Lee's draw high side, sit that bowl, holding 2.
You expect if he beats that, he's probably counting.
This should be bread and butter for David.
You set him up. Set him right up here. He's also had a few variety of shots, so I'm going to give him a little bit of time to get the draw back. Not so harsh as you.
It is. You're dead right. It's always trying to settle into that draw, get the weight, and because every shot you play after that is a derivative of the draw. So not getting that fuel real early can be a problem. But he's quality.
Oh, he'll certainly work
bowler.
it out. There's no doubt about that. But I'll give him one.
Yeah, well,
I'll give him one.
I know Lance, so I won't give him too much time.
I see. I don't think he's just hasn't got the height. The weight was pretty good. The weight was really good, actually.
So
saw a nice little gap in there.
Yeah. So there's a gate that he can draw through. So just getting a feel for the
I
for
don't
the
think
shape
the
of the
line
green.
was too bad. It's just he had a bit too much weight after those 2 drives at his first. So can he add an extra onto the board? Every shot will be important.
Well, Lee's interested.
Just not getting under.
Takes the obvious one out.
2 it is. Southwestern on the board in this rink. Southern leading 5-2. And of course, we wouldn't be here without our wonderful sponsor, CBH Group. They do so many good things and we really appreciate them being able, us being here because of them. So I know you have obviously a fair bit to do with them. They've got their forum coming up, 21st of February, so RSVP by the 13th of February. Don't be shy getting in. Sounds like a pretty good itinerary.
Yeah, well, they always. I went to it last year, and they really know how to put on a good show, and it's really informative and it's really important. And they always have good attendance, so there'll be no reason. And looking at the panel forum that they've got set up this year, it'll be even better. So, it's a work in progress, I guess. They'll just get better every year knowing CBH.
So there's the member forum, then there's the AGM, and then there's a sundowner function just to wind down after that.
After a hard day.
Yeah, bring the kids, bring the family. There's free child minding services, and I'm sure the kids will probably have a lot more fun than maybe you do. So they'll certainly be entertained, I'm sure. And then the sundowner after on the banks of the Swan River. Sounds pretty good. Yeah,
and they have a really strong community focus to CBH. They're really socially aware organisation, and it's a part of the stable of things that they do. And you get away from core business, and we could talk about that till the cows come home. But they really do, keep an eye out in communities, and they sponsor, especially when there's so many small communities that are part of their core, that contribute to their core business, which is grain handling. And fertiliser and everything else that goes with it, but they really do push back and put back into the community. It's fantastic. I've been lucky enough to have seen it firsthand, and the little communities that struggle to raise the money to host some of these events, CBH come on board. So it's really good and generous of them to help us out.
Very much so.
Live streams through the country, and again next weekend, Peter.
Yep, and just not see the people watching it live, but it'll be there for share with your friends and family afterwards. I'm sure the players will go back if they've had a win, had a good game. They'll go back and have a look as well. So it stays there for, we'll say forever. Who knows what forever is? But it'll be there a long time for them to share. So share it with just even if your friends and family can't watch it now and you're watching it, let them know where it is. Streamer. I understand Facebook isn't working at the moment. No, we're back on. So back onto Facebook as well. But they were directed to Streamer, so you might be staying on Streamer, but if you want to go back to Facebook and make a comment or two, please do. Happy to answer most questions that you might want to put to us, or shout out to anybody currently on the green that you're supporting.
So that was unlike Kyle to park one up a little bit short, but he's still got one left to redeem himself, so we'll see. I'll London to a brick. The next one will be all over it. There's Tim O'Mean, who's had a really solid start. I think he's a bit of a staple in the zone side. He's one of those guys you just can rely on being consistent.
Well, I remember playing against many of the generation before him, the O'Mans, Borden, Tony,
and John.
Great bowlers in their own rights as well. They would have played plenty of round robins as well, I would have thought, in the 80s. They were certainly, when I was at Tamburup, they were a pretty strong force at Borden.
And then Tony ended up at Melville, and John,
Dalkeith for a while. John,
right.
Might be somewhere else now.
They're in town this weekend. There's a wedding on, so they were both here last night for a little bit, apparently. So.
I see the bottom of your screen. Dean's been working hard to show the aggregates. So Eastern have started slightly over the Northern, and we saw earlier than that, Southern have jumped the Southwesterns. I think it was like 15-2 or something. There it is, 14-2 after 10 ends. So Southern have jumped out of the blocks. And what we have seen in all the games, I think, whoever jumps out of the blocks have been challenged but haven't been caught.
That has been the trend.
Yeah, so good news for the Eastern and Northern zones at the moment.
So a fair bit of interest taken by David Goddard, and this bowler's Lee comes down. He'll just slide. No, he got it and clunked it, sat. So Gar's going to follow that ball down and repay the compliment. So a grudge match on the other green, Peter, between Northern and Eastern. I always felt when I played actually I was in the Northern zone. Avon used to be in the Northern zone, and I played some early ones up there. And then, of course, Eastern Avon got pushed out into the Eastern zone to help with numbers. And
yep. Yeah, I've played both Eastern and Northern as well. When I was at Wongan, it was Northern.
And Cunderton.
And was Eastern. And Kalgoorlie was Eastern.
Lee may not quite. He's close.
He is trying to get there. But you're right the first time, not quite.
So
a nice little head building.
Yes, but they're... Yes, Southwest still holding the 2. Gar's looking. He'll be looking. Unfortunately, the track to the jack looks to be straight through Lee's bowl. So if he can just get on the top side of it, and sit that second shot, he may flop in.
Is it finding a path through? I think it's just going to drop underneath.
Not quite. Wait.
It really gets late turn there.
Well, Goddard will jump on the mat holding 2. And that short bowl probably takes out the backhand. And not that they'll be using that, but
no,
it's not the pathway in. So there's quite a few, if we went through the entire list, there's quite a few players that would have played in more than one zone. And I think of Gary Caffell.
Caffell, yeah, he's here for the Southwestern now.
Barry Coote, who would have played Southern and now Southwest. There'll be more. There'll be quite a few, I suggest.
Yeah, and the league boundaries
have changed.
Of that northern eastern area changed. So David Goddard, is he just going to run around the outside, I think? Come to a good home. Team's happy. Can Morris see what angle he's trying to get into? He might be trying to get just to the pack and fall back.
Yeah.
Or whether he's trying to get round the front.
As long as he's there.
Yeah, he's not coming past us quick enough by the look of it, I don't think.
It's just going to park up. Pick the line, not the weight.
So David looking to lose about 4 feet, 3 feet. According to Lee, gave him the hand signals of how far.
So he's showing interest. So we know he's got the line.
Still got a little bit, but if he gets to the face of the pack and drops, that's a really good shot. That's well played. Played the percentages. Wasn't much point in being wide. And with that way, he was never going to get back to the jack. So Does sort of fill the hole, and probably makes Morris here a little bit more aggressive.
And 3 down.
Opportunity here to rattle that jack.
This one's going to be getting there quickly. This won't pull up short.
Is it going to hold?
Is he looking?
He's looking tight.
His body language says no, and the bowl says no, is it?
So Southwestern are back in the game really early on.
So 3 and a look.
3 and a look, so they could take the lead even. It's currently 5-2 to Southern.
It's a tight measure.
Yes.
Certainly not a given. So he's not looking for more than one more, is he?
Well, I think he might be. I think he might have that one. That's 4. He might be looking for 5.
So Southwest of next door have got the jump. No, they haven't.
Southern's got the jump.
Southern's got the jump.
Matthew
7-2.
Mitchell jumped.
Yeah.
Mark Simpson rink 7-2. 4. Yep. So 4 moves them on to 6. So they do take the lead. 6-5. That'll give the other Southwest rinks a bit more confidence because they're all a little bit slow away starting here.
So the format for next weekend's live stream.
Yeah, we're at Eton next weekend for the ladies.
Ladies
pairs. Similar concept. 4 zones.
Same generous sponsor.
Or sponsor again. Yes, CBH allowing us to go to Eton. So we'll come to you via Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, and Sunday morning. We'll get a champion ladies zone in the pairs.
And guest commentator Linda Warburton on Sunday morning.
Yes.
So state selector.
Yes, state selector, so she'll be there looking.
So that will be interesting. And
they've had a expression of interest for both their teams, the over 60s and the open ladies team, and that's just closed. So now they're going to get together and have a trial squad, have a couple of trial days. Not everyone will get selected because there was quite a few that come through. They can't look at everybody, but everyone's been asked to submit some achievements, and they'll make some hard decisions.
Yeah, it's a tough gig selecting at any level, let alone state.
Of course, the state team's off to Tasmania, middle of November 2025 this year.
Which is different timing, and for your role, Pete, within the organisation of fixturing, how tough is it going to be for you?
We won't change too much in the Metro pennant situation.
Yes.
We may allow clubs to move their games if they have players missing, but we're not going to stop the whole competition for the state teams.
Yep.
It'll be up to the clubs maybe. We'll give a bit of leeway to do a double header here and there just to avoid the middle weekends of November.
So you won't pick anyone from Cambridge, so they don't weaken their Cambridge side, Peter? That's how it should be?
Not my call, but
there's no one Cambridge going to make it.
Yeah, I can't see anyone making it anyway, so that's okay. There's not much there. Well, not yesterday there wasn't.
No, actually,
they did have a win. I give them.
They got a rink, and it was who got the rink?
They did win the aggregate Cambridge yesterday.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they beat Cardinia, so they didn't need me. It's a good shot here.
Very good shot.
That's a great shot. Well played. Sitting behind the jack.
He'd just still be feeling that short one going the other way last time, which will be etched in history that people will replay to him, unfortunately.
So, yeah.
So, Tim O'Meehan.
So just not going to get back here from
No,
Tim.
no. There's It's not quite the Harold Holt out there, but that wind is coming straight into our faces now. So
yes, that would be the narrow hand now. There's a little bit of breeze picked up.
yeah, it was barely a breeze, enough to...
Again, the clubhouse flags are showing us nothing. Must be sitting right behind the tree.
The trees will stop it, but the ones that are getting a bit of a use of the breeze are showing that it is...
It's clearly showing that there is a breeze across the greens. Oh, he might just struggle on the weight, this one. We can say he wasn't following it. He was looking for a drink somewhere. So Tim, weight was pretty good.
Yeah.
He's just got to keep it on that tighter side here. He's definitely kept it on the tighter side. Is it too tight?
And he's
that'll
got
help.
Lucky rub.
Gets him right in the head.
Oh, and flops it over. So
we'll say unlucky.
Yeah, the bowling gods certainly were smiling on Tim and Morris's drink as that one made the journey, albeit creative on the way through. Flops it over, just makes it a little bit more difficult. But as we've shown, Lee's shown so far, there's not much that he can't do.
No, he's settling into his work nicely. That one's going to pull up a little short, but not a lot. 1.5 feet. Got a bit of sun in our screen. It makes it a little hard to see, Doug.
Yeah.
You think Dean would have set it up a little bit better than that?
I'm sure his is higher and tilted. There
no, he's got protection. He's got no problems. Of course, Dean Lomax. Lomax Productions bringing you the sound and sight. Doing a wonderful job. We made him get out of his chair.
So we had the wonderful...
Oh, there he is.
Had the drone shots yesterday. They were awesome.
Yeah.
That look over the club.
He's got a few ideas.
Just to fix it. Yep. Now we can't see the bowls.
No, I can't see
the ball. So that's the trade-off, but we'll run with that. We're happy with that.
Lee just going to drop underneath again.
A little bit lazy on the weight there, but...
Of course, we won't have Dean next week. He's dumped us for greener pastures. I think he's doing the Bustleton swim is on the same time. So it's going to be a busy time in Bunbury Bustleton Eaton next weekend. So we've got a very adequate replacement who's, I'm sure, going to do as well. Did he slip out? That's a really good shot.
Good touch has Gar, hasn't he?
Yes, he's started well.
He's been as good as anyone out here to this point, albeit only playing the 5th end.
A lot of looking. One to Southern. Well, he's done this before, I reckon. He gave us the us the good oil, and he might have done this before.
Well, I'd say so. And they have a lot more live stream on the East Coast than what we do here.
Yeah.
Interesting story. Brian Marshall, president of Queensland Bowls Association, which is David Goddard, left-hander. See what he does.
We've had a left-hander every game. I didn't know there were so many left-handers in the world.
Yeah, they'd just be out of left-handed bowls. I see Phil was trying to convince me that they get them specially made.
I thought you were trying to convince him. It blurs eventually as the conversation who started the convincing.
We had some good chats last night as we stayed at Emu Point and enjoyed their hospitality and put on a lovely meal, and we thank them immensely.
Yes, they've done a great job.
Oh, they have. They have really catered for this weekend to a really high standard. Should be very proud of themselves, and the Southern Zone, of course, take ownership of the club for the 2 days. It's just everything has been pieced together fantastically. So should be very proud. And David's he's having a good look. He's on his haunches, looking.
Is it going to get down far enough? Just going to run the outside, so not quite.
So one to Southern, one ball to go.
We believe.
So
I was just trying to turn one of those two over that I just indicated there.
Yep, so an up and over weight is what's required, same hand, so that's good. You
Only
always get 2 looks on the same hand is always the thing to do if you can. Not everyone will agree with that. Pete, would you fall for that theory or not?
Oh, it certainly helps, I think, if you can.
I think it does.
It definitely helps if you can be on the same hand. You had a bit of weight there, Morris. I'm not sure
Might have been
that was a
good
good
to be
idea
tight.
or not.
No.
Didn't want any jack movements, but that's 1 to Southern. So we lock up the scores after 5 and 6 and 6. Just having a quick look. As you say, Matty Mitchell's up over Mark Simpson 7-2. Way over on rink 1. It's a 4-3 to Southwestern. That's the Gary Cappel, Mark Shinzig rink. Gary Cappel up by 1. Next door to that is 6-5. Southwest have got in front of that one, so Southwest have definitely fought back here. I think 2, 6-5. That's Scott Pennington over David Harris, I think it is. Yes, it is. They didn't move that pole in front of the rink 3 scoreboard overnight, unfortunately. I think Southwestern have taken the lead on that one. That's 4-5-2. That's Gary Keep over Jason Fegert.
So Bo Rapichelli just slides through a little bit. And I'm sure he'll correct on that with his next bowl. So the demon from Donnybrook waiting for it to swoop. A little bit tired, doesn't swoop quite as much on that hand, Pete.
No, that's certainly not, is it?
But his weight's impeccable. So Southern 22, Southwest 23 after 20 ends, so tight. Goes against the trends of the other games we've seen, Peter. Usually someone jumps out.
Yeah, Southern
gets hold of
jumped
him.
early. It was only 10 ends, but Southwestern have fought back really very quickly.
As predicted, Bo tightens up.
Yeah.
Corrects his line and his weight, drops a foot in front of Jack, and he'll have a happy skipper. So David Foster, see if he has got room to get to this with a foot of room. Hasn't got it, but he's left it in a position that will stay in the game.
Yeah, just added a bit of weight there, didn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, Tim Man looking to consolidate the leader's work here.
You wouldn't mind skipping a rink that's got Tim O'Meehan playing as your 2? As he parks that one up 2.5 foot in front of Jack.
Yeah, just would like to have gone a little bit further.
I think so. Just a little shake of the head from Tim. That won't happen again,
Yeah,
he's saying to himself.
Yeah, second shake. Carl Fittler on the his forehand as the sun peeks through again. It's a cloudy day with the sun peeking through. There's a chance of some rain overnight. I don't know if we got any or not.
No. So quiet night for you, Peter, last night?
A quiet night. Had a little bit more work to do at the end.
Yeah. Oh, well, and you would have been doing some bowls link entries.
Yeah, all the results are on Bowls Link here.
Yeah.
But last night was, I have to collate all the Metropolitan Pennant results for the Sunday Times. So,
Oh, righto. Yep.
so that was my job last night,
Right.
just to finish the day off.
And
It's always better doing it when Cambridge win.
So you have a happy Clive at work Monday?
Yeah, he had a win.
Yep.
Hasn't had too many.
No, I see he's been a bit light on.
Yeah, but his team must have carried him yesterday.
I've never been beaten by Clive, you know that? I played him in the state mixed pairs, and he spent all week giving it to me. You shouldn't be here, you should be practicing, and we got him in the first game. And he had a very, very good bowler with him, of course, as he always does.
He does. He doesn't go in light.
Never goes in light. And, yep, so...
And you had a struggler.
Yeah, no, that's right. So I took one of my students that I coach, great
I
bowl.
hope Denise is not listening to this.
No, she's smarter than that. she has to listen to it all the time, so she definitely wouldn't tune in.
She's had enough of you.
Had enough, yeah. Rightio. So Lee.
Couple down, three down even.
Yes. He's having a good look.
Seems to be just underdone, I think.
Yes. Not by a lot. Just a slight correction. And Gar, who has got a good feel for this green, this ring. Little tap on the thigh by David Goddard as this one swoops back to its resting place, which will be right on the jack, which is a good place to park up.
No, they've kept their line well. They've given no angles for the Southwestern boys to work with at all. So just added to the pain. Yep.
Lee McElveeney. Hopefully Mum Sue is nodding in agreement that I've pronounced his name right.
I'm not sure you did.
No, but
Kilvenny is what I'm sure he's... Lee Kilvenny? McKilvenny?
We'll run with that. We'll just run with
Sorry,
Lee.
Lee, we're killing you. I know, I understand. He's going to write to me during the week.
Yeah. Or you might get Mum. You might get Mum. I remember the live...
I apologise.
I'm
hopeless with names.
Chad Ever, I said he was from Carnamah. I thought they were going to take me to court.
Oh, Vicky would be all over you.
No, absolutely. So anyway, the apology had to be in writing. So I had to get the lawyer to draft it, but I did get out of jail because I said the farm might start in Three Springs, but it ends in Carnamah. So they did forgive me in the end. Vicky, of course, is a key part of our
certainly hard-working umpire.
Yeah,
very hard-working
straight
umpire.
shooter. Yeah, absolutely. The backbone of our organisation of volunteers.
Well, this is just going to get stuck out wide here. Okay, David needs to produce a really good bowl here. He's got no angles to work with. This is just going to have to be pure draw. Just a flat draw we're looking for.
He's feeling it. He's feeling that he's in the area.
His line's pretty good here. He'll swoop late. He will swoop late here.
And that's sheer class.
That is a great shot from David Goddard.
That is the ultimate skipper's bowl.
Oh.
Pressure, few down.
Few down, 3, 4, 5 down, whatever he was. 4, I think.
And left them no look at it.
Now he's left Morris with no look.
So Gar's having a look from the front to see whether he can swoop with a bit of weight, but it's a case of catches.
Well, they had a lot of bowls in their head, so it's hard to believe they got too many behind. That's the way it works.
That's the way it works. They can
Can't
only
have
be
them everywhere.
No, they can only be in one place at a time. So looks like it's only the one.
Definitely only one. I'm not sure I can... Well, we'll see what he's decided. He's going to attack it from the forehand side. Maybe Gar's just half bowl poking out. That one onto the shot bowl maybe is what they're looking for. I'm not sure how the angles work, but it's just on the outside, so he won't know.
A bit high. But David needs to add to this, and he's just shown with his touch with the last bowl, more than capable, and he's given himself an extra foot to draw inside now.
Very smart.
Very clever. It's a tactic, no doubt, picked up by father from his... Been drilled into him by his father, Lance.
Getting close.
Being cunning and giving yourself more room for the second one. Very clever man is Lance.
Yeah, well, these are the 1%ers. The first one was a 99%er, and this is a 1%er. Can he add? But he might have just laid off it a little bit. So 1 Didn't lay off it much. That's a great shot from David Goddard to
So he'll take
get
the
them
one.
out of the
Yep.
out of a pickle.
Yep.
So they retake the lead as we see on the other side. Eastern 2 shots in front of Northern, 22-20. So just 22 ends played. Early going.
Still a lot at stake over there.
In this game, 7 to Southwestern, 6 to Southern. 1 the difference. So Matt back seems to be the order of the day.
You have preference, Peter? Do you?
I generally work middle to middle, and then that's where I start and work from there.
Yep.
Generally, unless I know there's deficiencies in the opposition.
So, do you put much time into the opposition with that? You know, that
I suppose you bank it up.
Yeah.
Not a new opposition. I don't. I might watch them, or if I have the opportunity. You don't get a lot of opportunities to watch new people. One you see haven't had much to do with. Certainly over the years, and I'm sure boys here like Mark Simpson and Matt Mitchell next to each other, they would have a lot of information about each other, just banked in their mental, what they like and what they don't like. So you can go 2 ways. You can game plan for your opposition, or you can just game plan that I'm better than my opposition, so I'm just going to play my game. And if I have to change things, then I will. Just can't be stuck on one game plan. You've got to have multiple. And this one is ditch to ditch, and on this green, 40-metre green, of course, that is a long way, and that's a nice reply from the opposition leader when they've gone ditch to ditch on you.
Yes. So it's the perfect reply. Yes. So more than capable, I'd suggest, is Bo Rapichelli.
Yes,
as we've seen.
That's a very good shot from.
I'm not sure David's enjoyed this out of the hand. There's a fair bit of head shaking going on.
But he had a second look at it, but
yeah, I
think
wouldn't
he
dismiss it just yet. If it parks behind it,
that's not bad.
One happy skipper.
I'm glad he came to his senses and decided maybe it's not as bad as I first felt.
Yeah, he didn't feel it out of the hand, that's for sure. That's magnificent.
That's a good shot.
So, Bo, a good bowl is good, 2 is better. Especially if you can get 2 in the head early, it takes the skipper build the head in a different way.
Yep. Yeah.
And it's not about getting shot with the first ball.
No, it's about setting your next mate up, whether you're on the attack or you're on the defence. And this is
one happy skipper.
Great shots there from Bo Rapichelli. That distance.
Absolutely. T to T, that's exceptional. So Kyle Fittler, hailing from Margaret River Bowling Club.
So on the backhand, around their front bowl.
Good action. You can see why they have some wraps on him. We'll see what he delivers with time, but he certainly has got an excellent style with it all. And they tell me that he's got a future. In the area of gets the weight, but not the
couple of my Cambridge teammates, Andrew Drayton and Jamie Conway. Obviously Jamie Pemberton, Andrew Margaret River, Augusta.
Have they played? Have they seen him bowl?
I haven't talked to them about him, but I might. I will. Not might, I will. But Jamie and Andrew are going really well. They had a really good win. They played together, I think. Skipped third yesterday for the first time. That is
Timo Man.
Wow. Hides it away. He may only be 1 now, but that's a much better one.
Yes. No, and that's a good call that, it's only 1, but it's a better one,
That's made David think. It's going to make him potentially change hands. He doesn't necessarily have to.
Old Skip would have enjoyed putting chalk on that one.
Hidden it away.
Just another bowl in the head is a call from David Goddard. So Kyle has now changed hands. It's also an offset jack. And it's closer to the ditch. So the degree of difficulty increased quite a bit. And we'll see whether he's up to it.
Well, if his weight's good, he is close.
He's swooping into that.
He's just not going to arrive. Just not going to arrive.
Got one part of it right, just not quite.
Another 2.5 feet.
So Southern 29, Southwest 31, 30 ends
30 ends
complete.
played, so
Out of possible 105 or completed 105 ends.
yeah,
So Tim's already obviously got a feel for it. He's used the same track.
that's a great second follow-up
That's
bowl.
perfect.
It is going to stay on the green, just out of shot. It's probably 6 inches, 8 inches off the ditch.
And firmly in the game.
Yes, it's only 2.5 feet behind the jack.
So Lee's first look, offset jack, less than a.
Again, the angle's pretty good from when it comes past us. This is a great shot from Lee. Falls down. He may well. Falls down. He's close, but not quite.
So follow him down is the call from Morris.
So we're in for another high standard game here. They're really settling into their work.
Wow, a couple of monster bowls.
Yeah, it's been a good game so far. Big bowls played.
Good news for Gar is it's behind jack. The bowl behind is a call. So do you focus on what can go right or what can go wrong, Peter?
For Morris.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just got to go what can go right.
Unfortunately, some people can only see what can go wrong.
It's the old risk and reward. You see what's going wrong if you're going to go 6-7 down, but if it's just a 1 down,
that's right.
Then
that's right.
Sometimes
yeah, first and third shot, it's not a problem. So hard to outdo this, but he's shown that he's capable.
Yeah, so he gets to his own, falls in off his own. He gets the shot ball over, rolled it once. Yeah, he's just might have just cut the line, has he? Or
suggesting that he's a bit
there's
lighter.
something wrong with it.
Someone just slipped the back a metre while he was in between bowls, it looks like, but
he's made it
difficult to get at. Maybe
he's made it a little bit more difficult for David. He said, I saw how good you were last end. Let's make it a bit more harder for you. Just to see how good you are.
Raise the bar. So Gar slips onto his backhand. There's a track through there he can get to. That last bowl. Is there...
Might just be a little bit underweighted as well, I think.
A bit of fear in that as well.
As we said, it is a long way.
So the last bowl from Lee, is that parked in a position that stops you getting? No, I think he's still around that, isn't he?
I think so. If he wants to draw it, he's still around that, if that's his shot. I'm not sure if there's any value going through the white or not. They'd have better angles than what we do.
So Northern 24, Eastern 27 after 28 ends. So that game's nice and tight.
We haven't seen much of Phil Manning, so he must be over there revving the Northern boys up. So he's on the draw, so certainly you can draw it around that, without a doubt. This one won't be it. Speed really good, as they just said.
Yeah, Morris will be on the backhand through.
Well, he hasn't. Yeah, it's tough
Yes.
for him as well.
Yeah.
Backhand now with that bowl that's been pushed across. Whether there is a path there anymore,
Might not
sure.
be.
He may have to come back to the forehand if he wants to count.
So rink next door, Matt Mitchell v. who's Mark Simpson. It's jumped out to a 12-3 lead.
Yeah, so there must be a Southwestern score there. Is it 8-2 on the one to Southwestern? That one be next week, Gary Keep. So he's stuck on the backhand. Is there a path back to the jack?
Not with that ball.
Just, he wasn't far away, but he's opened the path back up. Speak of the devil, Phil Manning's back. Wait for these two bowls and give you some rink scores from the north and east.
So you've got your managers' jobs all done for the day.
David just under the line again. Just didn't quite get out here. Weight was pretty good again. He just covered that path back up for Morris. I don't think there's a path there again. They may just take the one here.
Gar's looking.
They don't want to play forehand
no.
by the look of it. And I don't see how they can count on the backhand. Right, there you go. Gar's changed his mind.
So
Because he's not doing anything backhand. You might as well just go walk it up there and give it to him if you're going to play backhand. How hard is Morris trying here? He's got the same route as David, I think. The weight was actually pretty good, but he's under the line again as well. Single shot
now
to Southern.
a few rinks.
Moving to 7. 7 all. Few rink scores from the north and east. North mentioned first. Fuster is 5. McGraw is 10. Leeson is 3. Carr is 5. So Christian Carr's undefeated. Joel Leeson hasn't won a game yet. So
No,
that'll
it's
be
a tough weekend for him.
A big win if he can get over the undefeated Christian Carr. King is 11. Main is 5. Main's also undefeated, so Brad King doing a good job there. Kay is 2. Griffiths is 8.
He's had a tough weekend too.
Griffiths had a tough weekend, that rink. So they're on their way to a win there. Lynchfield is 5 and Sharp is 8. So a bit of a mix up there.
So all over the shop, but it's tight, and
So
hopefully it
rink-
stays like that right to the end.
As they know over there, not only do they need Southwestern, but they do need rinks as well. So Southwestern to lose and them to get as many rinks as they can, both zones over there.
So
At the moment, it's just a mixed bag.
the northern zone is reigning
Reigning.
title holders. Is that right, Phil?
Still, yeah.
Still reigning title holders.
Still the title holders at this stage. Don't know for how long. I don't think so. Too long, but anyway.
Barely.
Long way to go.
Yep. Ink barely dried, and you have to hand it back. Did you bring the shield
No,
down?
no. It was not. It's been dry for 12 months, mate. Yeah, we got it printed the next day.
I didn't. I saw the winner's photo, and I didn't see Phil in it. Last year's winner's photo.
Oh, he's in the shower.
That's right.
I was
Yeah,
nothing to do with it. I wasn't the manager or the player.
So you had instant impact on the northern zone when you came in as manager. Is that right, Phil?
Yes. Yep. They all laughed, and that made them feel at ease. And yeah, so no, it was a pretty easy job tossing a coin.
And I'm not sure you actually did toss it. I think you just pointed.
I wasn't going to go there.
I think we need to know that there might be an inquiry when he got asked who's got the mat, and he said we have.
No, I said Eastern. I gave
Eastern.
it away.
You
yeah.
gave it away?
Gave it away.
As the Eastern bloke was walking towards me, I
charge.
said, "You're Matt." So he said, "Fair enough." One job I got.
Very
Just
easy
one
going.
job.
I still
Very
can't do
easy
it.
going, country boys.
Hard to imagine that we spent last night talking about Einstein's theory of relativity and then got into
I
some
bet.
weather algorithms, and didn't we, Phil? So
Yeah,
we had
we
in-depth
did.
conversation about a lot of heavy stuff like that.
Well, you couldn't talk to bowlers about some of the stuff we're talking. They're not smart enough. They wouldn't understand it.
Yeah, we had quite a
Kyle goes through the hole.
healthy debate, disagreed on some of the mathematical equations and things how they went about it. But anyway, they'll slowly work it out. Timo Means had a solid game so far,
Yes.
albeit a third of it gone. Just slips, but still perfect, great second. Like, he's not always on it, but he's never wastes them.
Still 2 shots to Southwestern here. So Kyle looking to lose a metre, 3 feet. He's definitely lost the weight. Has he lost too much? If he rolls a winner, it's not too bad.
And David saying
It's in the count at the
Bowls.
moment.
bowl through. Be 2 and through as a second is his call.
So Gar looking to rescue the situation. Jack high bowl to beat. It's always nice to have a jack high bowl to beat. He's just got a bit more weight than he requires. Okay, can Lee put the real pressure on by putting something on the jack? Currently holding 3, we think. Maybe even
you're right.
4. But plenty of room.
Smooth action. Sweeps through it.
Has it got the wheels to get down enough?
Has a different shape on that side.
Yeah. Again, nearly counts. The wind has switched.
I reckon we've
A
had
little
4
bit.
different directions of the wind this morning, albeit just a puff, yeah.
Even the clubhouse flags are flying now because it's not blocked by the trees. It's definitely switched. This is better by Gar. This is number
Number 1, I'd suggest.
I was hesitant, but no, it definitely is number 1. That's a really good shot. They
So-
left it open too long.
So the look from the mat will now have changed.
As we said before, you can't have them everywhere, and they're holding 4 or 5, and now any jack movement, it's not great for them. As I say, David, nothing past that jack they have, so it's either just draw weight or bigger weight. They just don't want that jack moving a metre. Happy for it to move not at all, or a foot, or move it 10 metres.
So
One of the two.
this is heavy weight, not full-blooded drive. Ooh.
Well, that'll help. That actually helps a lot. That gives them options. They pumped one of theirs to the backest, and then Lee sat right where that jack might sit. He now can play a bit more controlled. David, that is, can play a bit more controlled. It's up to Morris to get another close one.
So who's the standout bowler so far in this rink, Peter? Well, it's just
That's
pretty-
a good question. David Goddard's played some big bowls, a couple of big bowls when they're in a little trouble.
Tim's been solid.
Tim's been solid. Lee's been solid.
Lee showed us some glimpses of brilliance as well.
So none of them have
The leads have
disgraced
matched.
themselves.
No.
Gar started really well. So they've all done a bit. It's a bit like all our live stream games.
Yeah.
It's been certainly no one's disgraced themselves, which you'd expect at this standard.
Yeah,
You'd hope
well-
if they've got picked from the league, then they're in pretty good form. That was only 3.5, 4 weeks ago now, depending on which league you played in.
Which those dates will match up next year, Peter, which is the
So I hear, which
directive
is
we were given.
Back to the old days.
How
I
it used
think.
to be,
I
yeah.
suppose it used to be where every league round robin, men's, was played on the same weekend.
It was very clear that directive from the zones that we spoke to Friday night is that
Makes sense. I think.
it makes lots of sense. So
Oh, no touch.
no one got locked out of their rooms last night, Phil?
No, I don't think so. Haven't heard.
Best not to hear everything.
Yeah, no, it was good. It's good staying away from them.
Is he just not
quite.
Just didn't quite run it out. So it's
So,
one or two. Only one? The way they're running, you'd think it's probably only one.
so this will
It might be
he'll
two.
have to adjust his weight with that bowl stopping, parking up in his way.
Yeah,
So
so he's
he'll-
play a little bit more.
Just need to get there a bit quicker.
A little bit more direct. He's trying to get down, but he's not. So we'll see if it's the one or two now. Measures comes out. So it's definitely one to Southern. Though they will go to the lead in this particular rink.
So over on the other,
One
on
it is.
A green, Phil, the anything standing out over there?
No, not really. No. No, it's like all the games. They're all pretty interesting. No, not really. I've had a good look at the other end of this green actually, and watched a few guys there. Just been watching them all. I haven't really got stuck on one rink or one team or anything. So no, everything's ticking along. It's been pretty good competition. It's pretty even. Obviously, we've got all the best country bowlers in the state here. Just hope we get a pretty decent side. We obviously will, to give the City Slickers a bit of a run.
See, they're doing the dirty. They're not going to release their side. We'll put ours out today, or the country will put theirs out today, Phil, and Metro won't put theirs out till Wednesday.
Oh,
I haven't got a day.
Haven't you seen the
I don't know what the
Metro side?
I've seen the players.
I went through Harris's bag last night when he wasn't watching.
I haven't got the teams. I can't have. I only know the players.
Oh, the
Who
players.
knows what this our selectors will do?
It doesn't matter, Doug. They will be worried.
Oh, it's been more than competitive the last few years. It's been.
No, there's a lot at stake. We're not allowed to bet on it. You've realised that, Phil. It's one thing we're not allowed to do is, with the positions we hold, is ever bet on the outcome of a game of bowls.
Oh, dear. So can I get my money back?
Great shot from David Foster. After Bogo Pacholi actually got a very good shot himself. What about over there, Eastern Northern?
Would we like to? Well, we would have normally, if it wasn't
friendly bunch of flowers on it or something.
Well, normally we might have, say, a bottle of red, but with neither of us drinking, there's something we can't do.
Looking at the score on the board, Eastern 41-27. I'd be upping the bet if I was you, Doug.
Yeah, no, he hasn't mentioned the bet,
I think
so we haven't got
bet.
one going, Pete. No.
No.
Country versus City, I've got a can of Coke with Pete. No, we didn't have a punt on the Eastern Northern. No,
we're not allowed to.
We're not allowed to. No, not on air anyway.
Just going to go through. So
we're all on the one team after this, Doug, aren't we?
Oh yeah, that's as of lunchtime today.
Yep.
I mean, as much as we're meant to be impartial, for impartial, being impartial as manager of the Northern Zone.
Yes, very impartial, I am. Clapping, yelling, cheering.
Timmer man, just well, he's going to get. No, didn't get much of a flop off that. So might just a little bit overweighted. Cole Hitler looking to get a second shot here. Back up his lead.
It'd be good to know how many league games and zone games these guys have played, wouldn't it? Phil, just out of interest, I know I'll ask them, and as part of it, and some of their achievements, and if they've won singles, I'd like to tell you about it, or winning pairs, and for some of the other events in a club, sometimes it's distorted because we play in such small clubs where the best might play with the weakest or whatever, and maybe distorts it, but the singles is as pure as they can get. As Tim O'Mean comes down, he needs to, if he could side cut his, which he doesn't, and that's about to get wet.
Just go through all the way to the ditch.
Flops in.
Southern should win that at 376. It's flashed up. I think Southern are unbeatable right now. Dean's got his big fingers on. I think he thought he got away with it too, but he didn't.
Yeah.
37-36.
Now he's only
looks a bit more reasonable.
He's only pressing the numbers that are close together now. He's not going to make that mistake again. So Gar, who's had a really good morning.
Yeah, I think he'll be a bit more controlled than what Tim was. Tim was clearly trying to turn something. He's a bit too conservative here. Just going to trail off. So Lee looking to beat the side bowls with a counter. Just got one at the moment, Southwestern. A little score there from Mark Simpson brings them up to 7-12 against Matt Mitchell. It was 3-12, so
There's a bit at stake in that game, isn't there? There's more than that game is more than a game of bowls.
So accurate and everything, but they are two very much leading players within their zones.
Yes, absolutely.
A lot of experience, a lot of titles between them.
Little break in proceedings. I can see Russell Tyrrell on the mat, which he feels most of it up, and has put out a cracker. Yep, slides across. That's the closest one I've seen him get today, so that's good. He's starting to find a bit of form.
No, he drew a touch the last end going that way.
Did he?
Yeah.
We missed that one.
No.
Pulled up short again. He'd be disappointed with that. Same bowl as his first. Can Lee, the weight wasn't too bad. He just finds the right line to duck underneath here.
He's looking. Dave's giving us nothing from the skipper's position.
He's just holding with that extra weight.
Now, Russell didn't start well. I think the silver side might have upset him last night, so he's just settling down now.
Right.
He was in full voice at the photos this morning.
Yes, he was. And last night we had his company for a while. He was.
We did, yeah. I've never met the man. Met him last night.
Giving us a few tips. Always good company is our Russell, and does a power of work.
Power of work.
Does heap for the Everest.
Obviously the Everest coming up in April.
And one of the brainchild behind that, along with some others, of course.
But he has a lot of helpers, but certainly has the best of bowls at the forefront of what he does.
And wife Cheryl, she fortunately did a lot of the coaching with Caitlin, which saw her make the stateside. She's a good little bowler as well.
Alright, so can he run this and just duck a little bit? And that's a really good shot there from Miles O'Neill.
Beautiful.
Oh, it did run a little bit far.
Still the one to Southwestern.
Didn't want to stop.
No. So
changes David Goddard's hand. That's his bowl coming in, so either side of that bowl.
Get the job done.
If he wants to count, he probably has to be under it. So, on its way. What's the weight like? Yeah. Won't quite get around the front. The weight was pretty good. Feels the hole, unfortunately. As the boss walks out on me, the second boss walks in.
Morning, Peter.
Sure.
Good game again. We've picked some good ones.
Yeah, they've all been good.
Yeah.
Oh, just took his weight off then, so one to Southwestern. I don't think David will be changing hands. He'll just try his luck around it. If he gets back, he does. If he doesn't, well, that's okay as well.
Yeah, you mentioned the game next door. A couple of heavyweights there for sure. And we've got a good view right next door, which is great. A couple of brilliant bowlers. Got lots of titles amongst them. They're not bad. David nearly rattled
got through it. There they are.
Yep.
Having
There they are. Yep.
Quiet chat. Look very relaxed, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Maddie's the current Country Week singles champion.
Looking to defend that title in about a month's time. The draw will be up soon. Just got a few little things. It's just taking a little bit longer. Just venues and things. We've just got to complete that job during the week.
Yeah, that's the hard part, getting the venues.
But we'll get that up as soon as we can.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, the boys have been talking about it this weekend. They wondered how you were going. I said it shouldn't be too long. It's usually around about now.
Yeah, no, it'll get up this week. Of course, the over 60s singles starting tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yep.
So there are certainly a few here that are playing in that. You've given everyone a chance by not playing in it.
Oh, yes.
It's nice of you.
Big chance, yes, absolutely. And Doug, of course.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure Doug's old enough.
Well, he looks easily old enough. But I don't think anyone would question
Southern
if they
8-7.
lined up against him.
After 8 ends. No, sorry. My mistake. Score check is 8 all after 9 ends. Of course, we'll get Doug when he comes back. I nearly forgot. It is his birthday tomorrow. Don't tell anyone.
Yeah, it is, yes.
We'll keep that secret. We won't
Yes.
tell anybody listening that
No.
it's Doug's birthday tomorrow.
No. So he probably just qualifies for the 60s then. I think if he rocked up and played, no one would definitely, would query his age.
No one asked for a birth
They
certificate.
wouldn't, no. They
No,
just
no.
naturally assume he was old enough.
It's a really good shot here. David Foster's found the 2 feet.
Spot on.
Really good start. And as we said, no one has, even all 3 live stream games, no one's disgraced themselves.
No,
They've
it's
all
been fantastic.
They've all played good bowls. So
Yeah.
some really
Yeah,
good
myself
choices.
and Doug know how to pick them, Peter, if you ever need something, you want a close game to just, you or Clive.
I won't tell anyone it's the luck of the draw.
Absolutely nothing to do with the draw.
And that's a great response.
Very good.
Bo Charlie answers in kind. Just looking across the rinks, Southwestern are gaining the upper hand slowly. Rink 1, Gary Cappell's rink up 7-5. Next door is the Scott Pennington undefeated rink. They're now up 11-8. Gary Keep is up 10-4.
Oh, yep.
So Mark Simpson's the only one down. He's down 7-12, and this game is 8 all. So just slowly gaining the upper hand. Mark Simpson will score again, so it's 12-8 now. He needs to sit something. Just had a little bit too much weight the last couple of ends. He's got to back off on the weight, I think. Kyle Fittler.
Breeze has just picked up a little bit behind him too, but he did have a bit too much weight there. That wasn't a Breeze problem.
It has swung a little bit, hasn't it? Nearly directly behind them.
Yep. Carl's online.
Okay, so King Tim lose the weight. They're currently holding 1, so he's only drawing for second.
Too wide, he's calling.
An apology.
Oh, I think it's the same weight more than anything. I don't know whether it's too wide. It's actually bigger.
Yeah, I think it'll get back to the line close enough.
It did, yeah. Yeah.
A little wide.
Quite funny listening to bowlers sometimes, especially Pete. You've been a greenkeeper. Oh, there's nothing worse. As they yell out that the green's not drawing, as they go past Jack High and finish about 5 metres behind.
Yes. Yeah, they don't
right on the line.
They don't always look at where it finishes, just what happens when it goes past.
Yeah, as it goes past, it's not drawing. That green's terrible. It's not drawing. Yes. Hard being a greenkeeper and playing at the same venue.
It's quite an easy solution. Either take less grass or lose some weight.
Yes.
The green is what it is. If it's not drawing, go narrower.
Yes. Yeah, it's
things
usually
about our venues, whether they're synthetic or not. Every venue is a little bit different. Some do what you think they should do, and some don't. But as long as they're doing the same thing all the time, that's all you can ask. He just kind of cut the line, certainly turning a bit more out there.
Yeah, well, the synthetics can be a bit like grass sometimes. They have some little variances.
They do.
And that's part of the game. Sometimes it's a home ground advantage because you know what it does. Wind affects bowls a lot, but
that's second shot. So now they've got 2. Yeah, depending on where the wind's, and especially home greens, they can come through trees and around buildings and coming from one direction, but it actually pushes at the other.
Yes,
because it hits a wall and comes back. Played at a few venues like that.
Yeah, we just played our zone round robin, all the leagues at Turian, and that's fairly tricky. The sea breeze seems to be coming one way, but it comes around the building along a fence and curls back the other way. And the skinny hand's the wide hand, the wide hand's the skinny hand, and whew,
It's in your head.
oh dear me, it's yes, hard to get it.
Okay, so clear shot at this for David. 2 down. But he's got the nice hand, nice drawing hand out there.
Yeah, it's got pretty good weight.
He's just going to get to the right side of it.
Just the wrong side. Not bad.
Still got shot. Might only be 1 now. So nice. O'Neill looking to slide inside his own or turn it over, but he's on the tight side here.
Yeah. Bit of both, bit of weight, bit of grass.
David just needs a bit more synthetic. His weight was good.
More synthetic.
Yeah,
So we got the ute with the dog backed up to the other end of the green today, and they're all settling in. They've got a couple of dogs, and it's parked up in the high grandstand there.
Must be following Southwestern.
Yeah, they must be, yeah.
Because Southern were here all day yesterday.
And they weren't there. They're up the other end, yeah. I was waiting for the horns to toot yesterday. They're all gathered up the back there. It was great, just like the footy.
David, what's his line like this time? I think his line's pretty good. He's
side.
just...
that might help. Yeah, it did help. It's a toucher.
Yes. His line was pretty good, but he was quick. That's what helped him.
Drew a toucher. There wasn't many claps.
No, they restrained themselves. Bit of indecision going. There's the dogs, just having his water bowl cleaned out.
Yep.
1, 2. Not quite sure if they understand what's going on, but they look happy enough.
Don't know whether they're watching the bowls, but they're happy to get a drink. Now the boss can sit down and watch the bowls and relax. Don't know how they go on the high side. The shade would be in the way. Anyway.
Yes. Sticking to this backhand, looking to draw through the hole. Little piece of jack.
Yeah, not easy.
No, not with that white one in front. It's a tough angle here.
Don't even know whether it's possible. Could be, but he's under it anyway. We won't find out.
No, that's a 1 and run.
One sort of lucky one, yeah.
Southwestern take the lead. 9-8 after 10 ends. As we said, just getting the upper hand on the other inks. Keep still 10-6 up. Gary Cappell 7-5 up. Scott Pennington now 13-8 in front against David Harris. So he's going on his winning way. Scott hasn't lost a game.
No, playing well, that team.
I think, yeah. Cam Wellington just out of juniors, leading in that team. So he's obviously making a good fist of his first round robin, zone round robin, Cam Wellington.
Yep.
Matt Mitchell is the only leading Southern rink at the moment. I think it's 12-8. It says 12-7, but I think it's 12-8.
Yeah, and the far rink, I think Caffell's 7-5 in front.
Of course, Southwest in front here, 9-8. There's a new aggregate score going up in a minute. The volunteers, there's been plenty of volunteers from Emu Point and surrounding clubs possibly helping out. Doing a really good job. There's the Northern Eastern 44, Northern 30, 44 ends. So Northern, they're saying in all games, whether live streamed or not, there's been a team that's jumped out. They've been challenged, but they've never been overtaken.
Never been overtaken, no. No.
If you got out fast, you tend to win.
Yes, it's amazing. A lot of times things change halfway through and tighten up, but all the games, they haven't got any closer. They're the team that's jumped out has won.
This morning, Southern definitely jumped out the first 10 ends, but that was really only the first 10 ends, 10-2, but the time they got to 20 ends, it was pretty well level.
Yeah.
So technically they jumped out.
Yeah, just looking across on A Green, I think looks like King's Rink's probably the only one in front over there. Brad Kingy's about 4 in front, 12-8, I think. Can't see them all, but we'll get Doug to come back with the score later.
Yep, we'll get some individual scores from over there. Of course, they're playing for second if Southwestern win this.
Yes.
An updated score, Southwestern are now 46, Southern are 39, 47 ends played, so
not much in it.
slowly got in front. 7 shots now. So again, back to this game after that roundup. David Foster on the jack.
Tim's having a good look at this. I think he's got a nice line. Is he there? No.
No, so it'll be 3 at the moment to Southwestern in the head. There it is, 39 to 46. It's to 47 ends. Kyle Fittler looking to add another. His first one was really good. Can he just tuck that jack away? That'd be the perfect bowl. Try the jack to his own. Hide it.
Pull up a bit short again.
He will.
Yep. Yeah, Tim stayed down on the mat a bit longer this time. I think he likes this one a bit better. He's got good height again. Has he got the weight? It's about similar, is it? Oh, he's got a wee bit more.
But just didn't quite hold the line.
Actually, it wasn't right line, no.
So certainly 2 still to Southwestern. Not sure about the third. So Lee McIlvenny. I think I got it right that time. McIlvenny.
I'm not game to say it. McIlvenny, is it? McIlvenny, yes.
I did talk to Lee before the game and he threw me because it wasn't the way I was saying it. McIlvenny.
We'll call him Lee.
Clearly he knows a thing about the game because sometimes you just tell by the way they call, the way they act, that they've been playing this game for a while. Seems like a pretty good combination, these two, Lee and David. Undefeated, of course.
That's a cake sister coming across. Yep, you're in.
Just going to duck away this time.
Yeah, it took that little bit of grass off it.
Okay,
Some
definitely
good weight there.
turn the Southern bowl in, so it's definitely only 2 now. Going into this round, there are 5 undefeated teams.
Oh, right.
Christian Carr leading the way, plus 20. David Goddard here, plus 17, undefeated. Matthew Mitchell next door, plus 14. Scott Pennington next door to that, plus 12. And Jeff Main over there,
Eastern.
he's only plus 2, so he's won both games by 1.
Oh.
So 2 Eastern, 2 Southwestern, 1 Southern. No undefeated Northern teams.
No, I think we've got more teams that haven't won a game that are undefeated, obviously.
Northern, yeah, you've only got 3 rinks. One lost one, but only 3 rinks. So it is hard to win from there with so few rinks.
Yes, yeah, they could win, but They're not going to get up with rinks anyway, probably. But they'd have to win the 5, I'd suggest.
Yes. And Eastern have won 6, Southwestern 7, so that's probably more of a challenge if Southwestern were to drop this game. So no change so far. Ken Morris O'Neill currently, we think, 2 down.
Yeah, I think it is. He hasn't done anything with that one.
That's not going to do anything. David looking to lose a metre or so. Again, tuck it in. It would be perfect.
Right area.
Yeah. He'll swoop down from there.
Yes, definitely.
Doesn't
Just a
still
bit
went
big.
through too much, yeah, but the line was perfect. Morris needs a big bowl here, 2 down. Southern need to get on the move in their shots up across all the rinks if they're to win this. Approaching the halfway mark.
He's in the area.
He's got to run it out.
He's got to run it out. I don't think he's going to. No, good line too. Yep. Couple.
Another
Two.
Another 2.
Yep.
Another 2 to Southwestern, so they extend their lead. They now go to 11. Southern stuck on 8 for the last 3 ends after 11 ends. So it's 3 ends in a row to Southwestern. So mat up. They're moving the mat around a bit. They're not playing any particular length. They've gone long. They've gone middle. This is a middle-ish. Not too bad, a little bit short. Skippers don't get upset as much as they used to about jack rolls.
No, well.
I know I've been in trouble.
Yeah, used to. If you good lead rolls the jack, rolls the bowl. If you can roll the jack to the skipper's foot every time, you're usually picking pretty good weight in a game. But yeah,
told the story a few times when I first state game I led for John Rinaldi, and he liked playing short. And he'd stand there with his foot, and if you went a foot short or a foot past, he'd just look up at you, shaking his head. Expectations are it would be right on your foot.
Yeah.
Not
I led for
quite so
John
much
Rinaldi. I led for John Rinaldi. He never said a thing because he just knew I wasn't good enough to get
maybe
anywhere near his foot.
higher expectations for me.
I had no chance.
Or he just liked to torment me. Good shot there.
He could play bowls.
Yes, he could. Play with Charlie. He was a pleasure to play with.
Yeah, no, he's great.
Update. Well, a pleasure to play with unless you're going bad, because he was hard taskmaster, as a lot of them were back then.
Yeah, oh.
The Dennis
Katurna
Katz and
gee whiz.
Steve Shroyes, Peter Sedelic,
Yep.
Robbie Ball. Hard taskmasters, but they won a lot of games.
Back in the days when we used to win.
They won a lot of games, so Eastern now 14 in front after 50 ends. We have tried to install that in our state, boys, but a little bit more lenient nowadays.
Yeah, they're a bit softer, aren't they?
I said lenient, you say soft.
Oh, I just like stirring Clive up.
Oh, he can't roll a jack. That's why he doesn't lead anymore. Have to put him up the line. Can't keep a neat card. Can't roll a jack.
No. Can't win lately, the poor bugger. He told me, Peter, he had a bowl the other day in the state singles that went through a hole and it touched the opposition's bowl and the jack at the same time and didn't move either of them.
Yeah, no, I've heard that story. Didn't believe it, but I heard it.
No, I don't. No, didn't move. He was so unlucky. And of course, I felt for him as he was telling me the story.
I bet you
felt
did.
so terrible.
I bet you did. Just going to run out of puff here. I'm sure Clive Adams is listening. Number 1, as we said, I think he said yesterday, number 1 bowls commentator in Australia, but only the 4th best in our office.
Yep.
I know he wished he was here, but
How did he go yesterday? Did he have a win?
He did have a win.
Oh, that's good.
He did have a win, so I think he's got one in a row now.
Well, yep, that's good. No, it's nice when you walk in there and Clive's had a win. He's happy and smiling. Oh,
That's a great shot from Kyle.
Well done, Kyle.
Really well played. Unfortunately, we've had a few connection problems this morning, Phil.
Uh-huh.
Dean's over there stressing away. Facebook blocked us.
Great bowl, Tim.
That's the team. Yeah, Facebook blocked us, so that's...
Oh, well, that was the music. Yeah, the music came on. I was in the middle of the green. I took off as quick as I could. And I said, Shelley, music's got to go off. She pointed me to the young fella and they understood. I said, it just shuts us down. I didn't realise they'd done it again. It's pretty quick then, Dean. It doesn't muck around. Music comes on, and I'll let her play music.
No, Facebook doesn't like music.
They're pretty quick onto it. Must be some sort of automatic system, I presume. Yeah. I don't know.
Be algorithms. They'll shut you down and then decide later whether that's a real shutdown or not. They might put you back up. But so hopefully you're listening on Streamer. We did put a notice on our Facebook page. I hope everyone's seen that. To go to Streamer.
Oh, they've shut us down, have they, completely?
On Facebook they have.
Oh,
we are on Streamer.
That was from this morning, the music? How long might we be out for? Don't know, no.
He's got the jack here, Lee.
He's got it.
He's got a piece of it. Not enough.
Yeah, unlucky.
It's not enough to hide it.
Oh, enough, mate. It just makes it worse. Yeah, unlucky.
Might have got second shot out of it. Got
yeah,
one.
But he's made it harder to get.
Yep. Okay, so what can Gar do? Can he add a second? Ideally, if he'd like to be down on Lee's bowl, just behind the jack there.
Played a good shot.
He's close to doing
that.
Played
a good shot. What
That's
a ripper.
Great shot from
great
Gar.
shot. Yeah.
Terrific shot.
Well done. Gar.
Jason, yep. Jason Davey.
Gar's his nickname.
Gar, yeah, we got tired of calling him Jason. No one will have any clue who you're talking about. Except for his mum.
Except for me, because I've got Jason written there.
We're going with Gar. So, hard to get out of this from David here. David Goddard is going to have to, and he has produced some of these.
The ultimate draw on that other side.
Yep, he's got nothing to play with.
Played a nice draw shot a few ends ago down here on that side.
This is just a dead draw. Well, the line looks okay.
Yep.
He's a chance.
In the area.
What's he getting to?
Yeah.
Getting to the front one or the second one?
Oh, a little rub again.
Good,
no.
That's a really good shot.
Pretty handy.
Let's cut it down to one. Cut it down to one.
Give him a bit of confidence with the next one too.
Gar's asking Mice to stay on this hand. I thought he might have just switched. A little front toucher would bring the back one back in, but he's sticking to this backhand.
Yeah, you thought he might have played David's shot.
Yeah.
The ultimate draw touched the jack for three.
It's a bit wider.
I think he's all right. He's not too bad. He's going to get his own, and he may fall in.
Or flop the wrong way, I think.
Fell the other way. I'd say he'd make two.
Yeah, just a little bit too much weight. It was a very good effort. What can David do this time? Again, he's got nothing.
It looks
going
like
for him.
if the way he was indicating is if he's going to play a little more weight and sit his bowl and pop the shot through.
Okay, yep.
So it might be easier than the ultimate draw, obviously.
Legitimate option. They look like they're Yeah, they're jammed together from where we see. They're touching each other.
So any touch on the front one, the back one will have to move. It's coming quite cool now, so the green won't be slowing down. I wouldn't suggest.
No, I think it'll hold its pace through the game.
Yeah, that's what he's trying. All right, he's just a little tight.
Yeah, under the line.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so what?
Just wind her off a bit, he's saying. Gar's saying.
If he gets that one up and
over onto the jack, he still could make 3.
Yes.
Not easy.
He does lead to lose, probably a metre or so. Well, he's out in the high country, I think.
Yep. I heard, I think one of them said good thinking. So they were pretty happy with the one.
One to the Southern, so they get back on track after losing the last 3 ends. They go to 9. Southwestern stay on 11 after 12 ends. Quick look. Mark Simpson has closed it a little bit. Matthew Mitchell leading still 12-9. According to the board, there are changes on that.
Just changing boards at the moment, so we can't see.
Yeah, well, we'll just hold off on a couple of them here.
Yeah, make a better door than a window, that guy.
You can see the end rink. The
Southwest
Chinzig and Caffel rink is now 7-all. So
7-all.
So that's tightened up a little bit more. Gary did have a couple shot lead, so you can see that one. They've just walked away. I think it's Gary Keep might be leading 15?
15-11?
Well,
13-6.
13-6. So Gary Keep over Jason Fegert, 13-6. So 7-shot lead to Southwest there.
Yeah, next door it's 15-11.
So that's the Scott Pennington over David Harris, 15-11 to Scott Pennington. And they're just finishing next to us, the Matt Mitchell, Mark Simpson end. So there'll be 2 scores to go on to that in a minute, so we'll just hold off on that one. Great start here. That's a great start from David Foster.
Yeah.
Bo Repicelli.
David.
Bo Repicelli looking to lose a metre just to sit in behind it. Been a pretty good contest between these two. First one and then the other.
Yep. First time I've met David, and I was talking to him, and he said, "Oh, yeah, you live across from such and such. Walshy, his name is." Yeah, why? He said, "Oh, I stayed there. You live across the road from him." I said, "Yeah, it's my neighbour." Small world.
It's not a bad reply from Bo. Just lost his line of touch.
See if David can get 2 in a row.
Let's have a look at that. Matt Mitchell just changed.
What was it?
13-10 to Matt Mitchell, so it's still three shots of difference.
David's got the line. He's just put up a bit short. Yeah, he just cut away a little.
That's really all Mark's got to do at the moment. Just keep it tight with Matty. Because Matthew undefeated. Mark, I think, is 1-1. Timo Man, what can he do? He's pretty good.
Yes.
He'd love to get a corner of that. That's perfect.
He does, yes.
That opens it up nicely.
Very good. His last couple ends have been spot on. Played a bomb last end to get the shot for him.
Kyle Fiddler looking to just close it up again here. If you can get onto the jack, just turn it around the corner. Just take the shelf away. He might not have the weight to do that.
Don't think he has. No, he's got the line, not the weight.
They are pushing into the breeze this way, so...
Which I mentioned has picked up a whisker. Yep. It's not strong. It's quite pleasant.
But you've got to be on your game mentally when you're pushing into the breeze and going with it the other way. You can get caught out.
Game, yeah. When it's blown from the side, it's
Tim again.
Consistent.
Just not going to get down enough, but...
Gee, pretty. Yeah.
It's not too bad.
Gave it a chance.
Kyle, that 3 feet to turn the jack around the corner. Visibility consistent at 10 kilometres. It was today, it was yesterday. Can't tell you about the pressure. Unless that's the pressure on the green.
Yeah. Pressure on the skipper.
Pressure on the skipper when he's
handy
6
home
or 7
top.
down.
Yeah.
That's more than 1,000. wind gust 12 k's an hour that we got. It's just the occasional push. What can Gar do? It's a pretty good shot from Kyle. We just sort of missed that going with the weather forecast. But he slid
just
around
got
the
in
back and it's
nice home. Yes,
very nice home.
if the jack gets touched, it's more than likely to go that way. Yeah,
So-
David's called it now. Trail it there, make 2. Could make 3.
So
Out in the right area.
McElveny, has he got the weight? He's got the line to it. We're just slipping around the back of it, or
Yeah, drawing it cold.
he's just one of those good bad bowls.
Yes, yeah. It's good
good
to
bowl.
counter, but it's
But
in a
I
bad position.
wish you were another foot away.
Yeah, yeah.
So
You don't mean to do it, but it happens. He's played a fair bit of weight here, I think.
it's
Jace, Gar,
Gar
not Jason.
just wants to hold on that hand.
He's got the edge of it. Yeah, well, and he's got that back one out too, so
got
he's
2 of them.
has helped the team a bit. He's
David.
got the one that could cause a bit of trouble.
David won't be totally unhappy that bowl moved. Less happy that this other bowl moved. So can Lee find another foot? No, he can't. He's
No.
lost 6 feet. He'd be disappointed with that.
Yeah, he's looking to the heavens and saying,
after getting the
how
first one
on
right.
earth do you do that?
There's the current situation. 59 ends played. Southwest 10 in front, 56-46. They got a one hand and a little pinky on the shield.
Yep.
Just getting a little bit more strength on the shield end by end. It has been, I think, 4 years since the Southwest has won it.
Yes, well, considering the numbers they've got, the other zones do pretty well.
Does show how even this competition is.
It is,
When
yeah, it's
Northern
great.
won it last year, Southern the year before, Eastern the year before. So and now, if Southwestern hold on, it'll be 4 different winners in 4 years.
Yeah,
so
that's great. And
just
and
shows what it
before
is.
that, Southwest had a bit of a stranglehold on
They
it.
did.
They
They
won the
did.
4 years before that, so it's good. It's nice to share it around. Makes for a better competition. Helps my countryside. You know, get a stronger side with better competition. Not that we have
definitely. We haven't had too much trouble in the last few years. Getting a very competitive
well, we didn't
side.
go so well last year, but we did win the year before. Just remind you, Peter.
Nice shot from David there. We'll just move on to the bowls.
Yes, that was my first year as manager.
Last few years, there has been a couple of blowouts, but Country have certainly won a couple in the last few years.
Yeah, well, we keep losing
So-
players every year. We lost Warren,
Yes, no, Warren.
he's our mascot, Warren.
I can confirm Warren is in the Metro team.
Oh, well, I
I'm
hope
not sure
so.
what position, but
Yeah, that's right.
he'll definitely be up against his friends and family.
Yeah, yes. I don't think Warren would ever throw a game, but I know he won't be trying too hard for the City Boys.
I'm sure he's got a couple of grudges that he can take out on somebody, surely. Warren might be nearly the nicest bowler in Perth.
He is, yes.
In Western Australia.
In Western
but
Australia, yeah.
He must dislike somebody.
Yeah, no one in the country. No chance. Yeah, I think if it's a pretty tight rink, he'll probably look after us. No, Warren. Country boy at heart.
No chance.
He's representing the Suns. That's fantastic.
Yes, that's coming up soon.
Yes, I
So,
think you've got a good
Just
combo there.
David just laying off on it, but might be a couple here. Yep, 2.
2, yep.
2 to Southwestern. Moves on to 13. Yes.
When
Well,
are the Suns playing? Mid-Feb? or something?
yeah, it's about 3 weeks' time.
Yep.
In about 3 weeks, so
And where is it this time?
definitely. Moama.
Moama. Yep.
It's Moama's turn, so
That's in New South Wales, Moama, isn't it?
on the border, New South Wales, Victoria border.
Yep.
Yep. Echuca one side, Moama the other.
Yep.
So Warren, certainly tune in to watch Warren make his debut
Yeah.
for the Perth Suns. It should be. We hope he goes well. We know he goes well.
Oh, I think
Mr.
he will.
Consistent.
Yes. I think that's a good
Consistent.
combination. It's going to be worth watching everybody.
Of course, Christina Christic still there after taking out the state singles again
Again.
for the 6th time.
How many years is that over? Do you know, Peter?
6 out of the last 10, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's 10 years, 6 of them.
She, like Warren, is
Start.
probably one of the nicest bowlers going as well.
Yes.
Lovely person, very accommodating.
She's over at the Trans-Tasman. She flew out that night straight to New Zealand last Monday night.
Yeah.
Straight after the singles final. She was
Yep.
off to the airport. So the Trans-Tasman's currently being played. So I think it was
Will she be
3-all.
was it? I
Well,
haven't-
3-3. I think they played 6 games. They
Yep.
play 6 games a day. It was 3-3, I think, after the first day.
Yep.
Not sure what happened.
What's Christina playing?
She was leading in the 4s.
Yes.
I would be honest. I suspect she'd be playing pairs, but I'm not
Yeah. Well, you
fully
think,
across that.
You think? I think that would be the first game she would play.
Not fully across that, but
It's hard to keep up with, Pete.
it's quite wet in New Zealand, I understand.
Oh, really?
It certainly was.
Whereabouts?
Wednesday.
Whereabouts are they?
You're asking hard questions.
Yeah,
Phil.
right. That's right. So I won't ask any more questions
thought I was-
without notice.
I thought I was stumbling enough to give you the hint.
Yeah, well, no more questions without notice. We can't get any response on our Facebook page either. People would be writing in by now, don't you idiots know?
Yes, no, we can't take comments, unfortunately.
No.
Sorry about that. So
Facebook
we'll
has been
just
closed down.
make up the questions that we think you wanna know.
When's Doug coming back? Is probably one of them.
That's definitely not a question. So not a bad start here from the leaders.
Very good. Sorry to
so-
get off track.
Get off track.
Oh, no more questions without notice, Peter.
Now, Dean keeps the pitch is going. He doesn't come to us too often, so everyone knows what's going on, thankfully.
Yes.
When
we babble.
Yeah, I've tried my best to keep you on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, I know. We've tried our best to get both of us on at once without you too, but you won't. We can't get you out of
Not
the chair.
relinquishing the chair.
No. Reminding me of Clive.
It's the last thing Clive said as I left the office. Do not let them together alone. It's the last thing he said.
We had a whole day of it last year.
I think that was backed up by Ken Pride, so it seemed to be unanimous that it wasn't a good idea. Nice there from Tim. Just don't think it got the shot.
Pretty handy spot, but.
So Kyle looking to beat that last ball of Tim, I would say, ideally.
I think he's got a better line this time. Cut the head a bit last. Yeah, looks pretty good, Kyle. Yeah, good boy.
Little
Nice
bit of
bowl.
jack as well.
Very nice.
No, just
Still-
shoot
still
away
got
at the
some-
end, but that's
Yeah, she
definitely a
ducked
shot.
at the end, yeah.
Tim beats his own, he's nearly shot. Beats by 1.5 feet, he's on the jack. I think we've actually lost Doug. I haven't seen him wandering around even.
No. He must.
He
He
might have gone home for a nap.
He would
Oh,
have-
it's Tim just
just passed.
jack.
You'd have to run out of words eventually, wouldn't you?
No.
Oh no, I've got him. He's on the bank. His hands are waving. Yeah, and he's got someone lined up. The
he's
bloke's just got
talking-
the bit of rope out, about to hang himself.
I
But
think he's talking to.
I think
is that
that's Shark.
Shark? Yeah, Mark
Yeah.
Krasinski.
Yep.
Mark Krasinski from Corrigan.
Yep.
A long time league zone country
Yes.
rep.
Gun bowler.
Yeah. From the strong Corrigan club. Home of Nolene Abbey.
Nolene won everything, Abby.
Yes. Yeah.
Here he comes.
Inducted as a legend last year, Nolene, and
Yes.
ran out of screen to get her achievements up.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I commentated the ladies' country week last year. Nolene played in the pairs, and I sat down before it and took a little bit of paper to find out some of her achievements. Well, I needed a newspaper.
I think he could just rattle off she won this and she would have, even
Yes.
if he didn't even know.
Yeah,
She's won
it
everything.
was amazing. Yeah, I ran out of room to write it all down.
So Lee just lacking a bit of weight here, I think. Got the line perfect. So he's in between. Skipper's not really indicating how many. We know Southwestern's definitely got shot.
Gee, a spider cam or something would be handy, wouldn't it, in this
Something
situation?
that runs across the top would be nice, wouldn't it? Think you could organise that? Willie's at least laid Tim down.
Oh,
He
yes,
does.
yeah.
What did that do? Skips has still been quiet on us, so it can't have made much of an impact.
No, I think
Definitely Southwestern shot.
David's still got it.
Definitely shot. How many is the question? Sure, David would like something on the jack here.
Actually, the spider cam that you see operating in bowls, it's a bit hard to read, actually. I don't know, Peter, have you looked at it? You see it in the BPL and stuff like that, and it's a bit hard to really judge. Gives you an
Obviously
idea.
the BPL is like bigger cameras than we have here, but a lot of them are on a. David's just going to slip around behind.
Yeah.
They're not following the bowl from over top necessarily.
Ah, right.
They've got a
Reaches out a bit,
it's
does
big,
it?
big, long-armed reaching.
Oh, yeah.
And it can sit.
So it's
somebody,
not exactly over the top.
There's a bloke or a lady with really strong muscles moving this telescopic crane around
yeah.
from a distance. Unless things have changed, I haven't been for the last few, but that's. Can David lose 2 feet here? There's a lot of bowls around it, but there's nothing on it. Can David be the
good
one?
line again, because it hooks
He's
quick.
pretty close here.
He might have to sit on this back one to
He's very
count.
close
Yes, he does. That have to be in the count.
Definitely at least 2.
Yes.
No indication. Secret squirrel business going there. Anywhere between 2 and 4. Can Morris?
Looks a bit on the thin side, Morris.
He does
Yes,
too. Just running away.
Yes, he sure is. Never really gave that one a chance, Morris. 4, I think he's calling.
1. Yep, no, conceded 4.
Yes, 4.
Big 4 shots.
You're right, 2 or 4. That's a big score in this game.
Score. They now move to 17. 17-9. So they've jumped away by 8. 14 ends played. They've got a 2 and a 4 the last 2 ends. They've won 5 of the last 6.
Yes, it certainly shows on the scoreboard.
Just quickly looking. Southern have made a bit of a run on rink 1. Mark Shinzig has taken over the lead. 13-7 over Gary Caffel. So that's a positive for Southern. They are behind on ring 2.
Yeah,
Scott Pennington, 16.
12.
To 12. That other scoreboard hasn't changed for a little while yet.
Keepy, yeah, 13-6 still.
13-6 still. Still keep over Jason Fegert. And
Matty Mitchell.
13-10. That'll have 2 ends go on
The only
reasonably
one
soon.
Oh, there's 2 of them in front now because yes, Caff's behind. That's good. That makes it interesting.
Yeah,
But this one, they've got away a bit here. Yes.
Yeah, we need them to dig in here, and this is a really great start to do that. Bo Repiccioli
Well done.
on top of the jack. That's
Well
what you
done, Bo.
need. When you drop a 4, you've got to come back swinging. So David Foster looking to find the line. The weight was pretty good with his first. I think he's found a bit of line too.
Found
This
a
is
nice bit
pretty
of line.
close.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
It's not going to
If you
go
got a
too
light,
far.
oh yes.
That's a really good shot. That's a nice place.
He could have sat that bowl. It would have flopped out. He could have got shot. But anyway, pretty handy. David, good bowl.
Can Bo reproduce? Reproduce. As he did hear a bit of a clunk then.
He yes. See if he
So-
washed any weight off it.
I think he has.
I think he has. Yeah.
I think the delivery might have just hurt him
Easy,
there.
easy happens when you hear a clunk clunk. I can get 3 or 4 clunks in the one delivery.
You hear them so much more now than you do used to on grass.
Oh, yeah.
At least everyone hears why you're short. Back in the day, I suppose, grass scores. Doug's back, trying to up the ante on his bet with Phil.
Obviously, Eastern are well in front.
Yeah.
Ooh, 20. I can see a 24-7 rank there. Oh, my God.
We'll get to that in a minute. Kyle won't be happy with that. Timo Man
Played pretty well.
yes,
Yeah.
last few ends especially.
He had a little break for a few ends back there, sort of between 7, 8, 9 or so, but he's back on track again.
Manny Mitchell was driving on the other.
That was a pretty tight little head too next door.
It was. It didn't get the connection he wanted, clearly.
Well, he got the jack with his first
Shaking his
bowl
head.
and trailed it a little bit, but it went the wrong way, I think.
So we can update that score. It's now 13 all. Mitchell and Simpson are taking each other out of the equation. A bit like yesterday when Mitchell played Gleeson. They both were,
It was nearly a
took themselves out to a
draw
nil
all the
draw,
way,
so
yeah,
it didn't
yeah.
affect the aggregate.
Didn't help their team one bit, did
No,
they?
And Simpson and Mitchell are currently doing the same,
Yes.
just nullifying each other.
Which you would expect with two classy bowlers like that.
Well, yeah, that's all Mark Simpson has to do, unfortunately, for Matthew.
Yeah.
He has to,
Just nullify him.
Mark just has to stick with him, make sure he doesn't blow the aggregate. So Tim just losing line and length there.
Yep.
Tried to correct on his first when he was a bit high, and it really took off on him.
Yeah, they certainly always draw a lot when you're skinny.
They do, don't they? They tend to
Amazing.
turn much more.
And you know, it doesn't matter how much you tilt your head. It doesn't help.
Or wave your arms. That doesn't help either. Lean.
Not talk, yell. They're deaf. Work that out.
Yeah, that's experience for you, folks. He's tried all the methods. None of them work. He can
No,
tell
I think
you.
I just need a little bit better hand-eye coordination, or weight combined with the right grass. I suppose usually gets you pretty close. Anyway,
Just need a little.
it's good fun trying.
Well, it can annoy other people like me. So that's a good thing.
Well, this is not bad, Gar.
Can he
Is
hold?
Yes, he's going to make 3.
Just settle.
Well, I think
Only one.
1. Oh, gee whiz.
Because that'll be Lee's bowl at second.
Mm-hmm.
Can he correct?
Oh, yeah, that's Lee's bowl.
Can he correct by 6 inches?
Sorry, I didn't watch Lee's bowl. Oh, sorry, Lee. My apologies.
You're
It was
too
a good
busy
one.
leaning
I
and
was leaning my head, yeah.
leaning and waving your arms.
How's he look? He's online.
He's certainly got a bit more
runny.
weight. Yeah, the weight's going to
Yeah, well,
hurt
it's going
him.
to hold him out. Yep.
He's come to a nice home,
Not
but
spot, not a bad spot.
nice home. So Gar, they need Gar here to sit Lee's bowl. Gary Keep just did something good over there.
Yeah,
Got a high five from his opposition skipper.
Opposition skipper.
Not sure that's in the book.
Pretty friendly, us country lads. We won't be doing that in a couple of weeks'
No,
time.
you can say, just remember that in 4 weeks' time. Okay, how friendly you are.
We won't be friendly at all, mate.
Just didn't quite get
Yeah, I
the
don't know.
line right again. Opportunity here. If Morris can just dribble the jack around the corner a little bit, he might be able to get Gar's bowl, at least one of them, into the count.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know whether it's looking on the screen. It doesn't look like it would dribble around the corner, but never know. Might be better off sitting on Lee's bowl.
Someone just said something about the camera, and they all just went to far-flung edges of the rink. I don't think any of them were actually in the way.
David's played a pretty good shot here.
This is a great shot.
Yes, great shot.
That is a great shot.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a bit unlucky. Didn't get past Lee's bowl.
No,
So
he's still down.
Southern won, plenty of room.
Still down. So
Can Morris put a bit of pressure on David here?
yeah, I think he'd be. It's and they almost need to win. I think, Peter.
It's getting towards that point.
Yeah.
Not only for their rink, but the aggregate clearly is starting to get away from them.
He may count, but there's plenty of room. I'd say he's in the count. Yes, he only had to beat Lee's.
So there's the ones. He's got one bowl. He's had a running shot. He's got a long way, but
Can
he
he
still
adjust
has to
after
change
that
hands and
weighty
adjust
shot?
the weight. And he's down near the boundary line. Oh, he's a fair way from the boundary line.
Yeah, no, long way.
Yeah, he's got 3-4 feet.
He's got weight.
I think he's got pretty good weight.
Yeah, got good weight.
Yep, he's done that very well.
Yeah, drawn it cold. Great
Done
bowl,
that very,
David.
very well. What's Miles doing? Is he going the bowl for 2? 2 or for 1?
Wasn't much chat, so I'm suggest he's drawing. Doesn't take much of a step, David.
No, small step. I thought he might have, in the situation, gone for that. His weight's better.
Can he hold? Don't think so. Should cut.
Yeah, it's just washing its weight as it goes sideways
Oh,
at the
sideways and curls back towards the
end. So 2 very good bowls from David Goddard.
Yes.
That's another one. Moves on to 18.
So Morris probably thinks, well, I should have hit it.
He's played very good skipper bowls, David.
Yes.
When he's been in trouble, he's drawn the shot or sat a bowl, or he's done very well. So I had to have some rink scores here from the Northern Eastern.
Oh, you don't have to read them out if you don't want to.
Just want to take the headphones off while I do this. Des McGrail's got hold of Stephen Fuster, 24-7 at this stage. Christian Carr carrying on where he's left off. He's still going well, 13-5 over Joel Leeson. This is the Eastern first, of course. Jeff Main has hit the front.
Over Brad King.
Over Brad King, 9-8.
Oh.
Looks like Brad was already 11. How can he go backwards? Looking at Doug here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Doug's just shifting the blame to Phil. Jeff Main in front, 9-8, according to my list here. Ray Griffiths in front. John Kay, 12-10. John Sharp in front. Lance Litchfield, 15-8. To me, that would be all 5 rinks.
Well, I'm
I'm
looking at Brad King's rink, and I think he's winning 19-9. There you go. It's a long way away. I reckon it's 19-9.
I'm backing you here. I reckon that might have been 18-9.
18. I think it's 18, Doug, because he'd already scored 11. Definitely scored 11 when I was over there.
Bit of controversy in the box. Sorry about that.
Yeah, Doug's trying to take every advantage he
Brad
can.
King, we believe, is up 18-9 over Jeff Main. Still the only Northern rink in front. They've still got a long way to go.
Yes, as Bo Repcholi has drawn a toucher, and then great answer from David Foster.
That's a really good shot from both leaders.
So the last couple of ends, Bo's plonked it. Trying to get his team back in.
Updated aggregate, Southwest 66, Southern 53, 66 ends. So they are just slowly moving away. We've got 2 solid rinks here from Southwestern, 17-9 on this one. 15-6, the Gary Keep rink. They're the 2 rinks doing the damage. Got a 13 all. No, we haven't. Matthew Mitchell just picked up a 5.
A 5? Ooh.
So he will go to 18.
Ooh.
So that would put the aggregate under double figures.
Yes. And
game on.
Good.
Game is on. Bit of incentive here for this Southern team here. This rink just needs to find a way to just eat into this 9-18 lead.
Yes.
They just need to get it back to, or just slowly back. If they can get it back to 4 or 5 by the end of the game, they've done their job. That gives the other rinks a chance. So David Foster all over the jack. Kyle got the back bowl in, so he's now looking. Yeah, no more comment on Kyle's one. I'm sure he's very disappointed with that.
Just trying to see what the skipper's calling. I think he's... I don't know whether he wants that weight. He wants him to hang around in the head a bit.
Yeah, he hasn't played it this time, but he's certainly not far away if he runs it out.
Yes.
If he can get onto the back of those bowls, he's
I'll
done
tell
his
you
job.
what, he's just not
He's
quite.
done.
He need a little bit
He
more
would
weight.
love another 6-8 inches.
Oh yeah, well another foot, Pete, because you need a foot to sit that bowl.
Just to
and
nestle in
flop
those bowls,
Yeah.
which gives them a... Still, it does help a lot. So Lee McCavany underneath. Is he? He is. He is underneath.
Ooh,
That's a
yes.
good.
Very, very good. Now,
There's indication there that's not what the objective was. 'Cause
No.
we got a very clever and a shake of the head
yes,
from the other end.
yes,
So,
yep.
but he wasn't far away. He will
So they
definitely-
needed. They're playing a little bit of weight this time. I think
Definitely.
Gar's gonna
Carl needs to move something.
move something. Yeah, definitely needs to move something here. Righto, not much movement as if it's close. It's under the head. Yes. Yeah, David just wants them to keep drawing because they've got one back and they don't know where the jack will go. They hit Lee's bowl, it might split the two of David Foster's, but Lee's might stay. Lee's got his head in the air again, he's not happy with that one.
No. Crash that time. It is 13. I think it is actually a bit closer than that. The 5 from Matthew Mitchell may not be on that one. So
Can't see
we
that.
think it's
Oh,
under
no.
double figures. Yeah, Garwood.
Gar's under with both of his runny shots.
Needed to open something up.
Yeah, need to touch something, do something, make it a little easier for the
Yeah,
skip.
Yeah, the skip hasn't got much where to go.
No,
Connection
he's-
onto the jack is going towards the southwestern Kyle sitting back there.
Yep.
He's the backest bowl on this side of the head, which is the
He
jack.
needed Gar to hit one of those.
So he'd have more than 6 feet to draw the shot if he got the jack to the ditch, but he needs to hit it with his first and then draw it with his second.
Yes.
It's not that easy.
Not that easy, no.
See what David's going to do here. We did have Doug's walked out now, but a request of who you think the best country bowler of all time is.
Well,
You remember most of them because you played with a lot of them,
gee whiz, well.
or
it's-
seen a lot of
look,
them.
yeah, it's pretty simple for me.
You can't say yourself.
Gee, I'll be the last on the list. No, I'd look. No, it's not simple, but there's a couple of good ones. Ron Taylor,
Certainly.
Mandra,
Yeah.
but Keith Donkin hits me in the face
Gotcha.
right from the start.
No doubt.
Yeah, Keith Donkin.
Obviously,
All the Caffles are pretty good. If you're looking for a
Yep.
family, well, I don't
Yeah,
think
it's
anyone
best
would touch
family.
the Caffles.
It's hard.
No, John,
Yeah, John,
Gary,
Pat,
and
Pat.
Pat.
There's 3 of them. Can Morris
Pat,
make
bless
contact
his
here?
soul.
Oh, he might make
Oh, he
contact
might do
now.
something. Oh, he's got rid of one with a bit of luck.
Giving himself a...
So did Doug come up with the best bowler?
No. It only just came through. I said Ducks walked away. We'll have to put him when
Oh,
he
it was a
comes
question
back.
on.
Yeah,
was it?
question
Yeah.
on no notice.
Yeah.
Aussie Bailey was thrown up.
Aussie
Obviously,
Bailey. Well,
before our
gee,
time, but
Aussie Bailey. Yeah, I think
he's-
Aussie won everything at Country Week one year.
Yeah, his record.
I played
speaks
against
for
Aussie.
itself.
There you go.
Did you?
In Mora.
Wow.
Yes. He came for the Mora Open Day.
Wow.
And the next day we had a game of scroungers and we had some wooden bowls and Aussie got them out and played with them.
How old were you?
I was probably early 20s, I suppose. I could have been, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You are old.
Yeah, my 50th season next season,
Because
Peter.
obviously Aussie was killing them in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
Was his main, and into the 70s.
Yep. One of those guys that
Good,
didn't muck around on the mat like the
good
Sharps, Bert Sharp. He
Bailing
was
up
pretty
boy.
handy.
Bailing up boy, was he, I think?
Actually, speaking of families, the Sharps aren't too
I was
bad.
going to throw out the Sharps.
Yeah.
With fathers, sons,
Father, son
cousins,
playing
uncles.
today. Yeah.
There's a few of them.
Yep.
Yeah, no, hard to beat Keith Donkin, I think.
Yes,
I think I'm
yeah,
with you.
Donks is pretty extraordinary.
It's hard to go
Yep.
past.
He's in Bunbury now, Donks, I think. Eaton.
He is.
Don't know
So-
whether he plays much. He doesn't come to Country Week, I don't think.
Another score. 2
Mm.
to Southwestern.
Got away a bit now.
Yeah, 20-9 after 16.
Great
Yep.
leading from Fozzie, David Foster.
Yeah, might get to see Keith next week. We're at Eton. I'm pretty sure that's his club.
Yeah, well, yeah, well. I'm looking at the weather, and it's 40 all week in Morrow. I think it's 39 Saturday. I wouldn't mind a 41 or 2 pop up. They might cancel the pennants. I can come down to Eton.
There's a dedicated bowler for you, Mora.
Oh, it's like that bloke that plays for Cambridge.
They
Premier Saturday. Oh,
Problem
you'd
is-
rather commentate.
do better without me because they just expect me to carry them every week.
Yes,
when
well,
I'm
they
there.
did.
But when I'm not there, they actually try a bit
I
harder.
did have a look. They did well yesterday,
No.
Peter.
Yeah, because I'm not there. They
Young
think,
fella had a
well,
win.
We're going to have to step up because he's not there to carry them. So they might try.
Righto.
They're going to have
Yes.
to try again next week.
Yes, because you're on holidays again.
I'm still on holidays
Yes.
in a lovely part of the world. There's a nice shot here. Bo.
Yeah, don't tell my teammates,
Very
but
well
I'd
played.
rather be at Eton.
Shh. Yeah, no, that's a secret amongst us.
I think Mora's only got about 7 or 8 out next week. Oh my God. Weddings. Oh, there's a couple going to a wedding at Dunsborough and are going to on Friday. I'm going to travel back Saturday to play Pennants.
Wow, that's
and
dedication.
And then I think they might be going back to Dunsborough.
Oh, that's a nice sit. Nice result. There from David. And then travel back, did you say?
Oh, I think so, yeah. Well, he's the captain. A very dedicated captain, Ian Donegan.
So he's going to a wedding.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't count the number of weddings that I've missed because of bowls.
Oh, I never
Got
missed.
in a lot of trouble, I'm sure you did.
Oh, yeah. But gee whiz.
Just going to fly through.
I got there for the the function. It used to be called the breakfast in my day. That was a long time ago. And then left at 6 o'clock in the morning. And left my wife there and
Big bowl on Simo.
bowled the next day. Yeah,
Yes.
Simo's just chased a bowl.
Yeah, no, it's
I was never very popular in our younger days. My poor wife.
I've got similar stories. Tim, can he draw the shot? He's been told either hand. He's chosen the backhand. They really do need. They've got 5 ends to close this gap. Get it down to a manageable figure. Give the other rinks a chance.
What did Simpson get last end, do you
Not
know?
sure, but
I can't see everyone's in front of the scoreboard now.
We'll get it in a minute. He was on 13, so whatever addition to that is. I'm pretty happy with him. If there's only 1, I'd be disappointed. 5. We've got Dean is telling us they got 5. Dropped a 5 and got a 5.
Got 5 and got the 5 back. Well,
He did remove a couple of bowls, so Kyle
good bowl, Kyle.
Fitler. So again, they're holding. Tim changing hands.
Can't see that
Did play the
score next
backhand.
door, can you, Doug?
Oh, no, it
4
wasn't 5. Dean, you led us astray. Dean, apologies, it was a 1. Yeah, 14-18. Yeah, Dean's.
Yeah, it was a
It's getting late for
it was
Dean.
a big.
He's
you
been
only-
up. He's
you
been
only
here
needed-
since
You only needed 1 finger to count that one, Dean.
He's been here since quarter
Quarter past
5.
five, and he's actually been watering the greens.
So, yeah, you had the hose out when I got here this morning.
Yes, been watering the greens. No, he turned the sprinklers on. They gave him the key to the shed, told him what to do. He had to water the green first so that he could get the camera equipment out.
I think he's on roster again next week, so if he could get down here Saturday morning
Yeah.
this week, just before the pennant starts. If you could do that, that'd be appreciated. Just don't take the keys home.
We don't have him at Eton next week, do we?
No, he's got a better offer.
Yeah.
He's watching the swimming. Bugby Bustleton swim next week. There'll be lots of people around. Weddings in Dunsborough, Bustleton swim, and bowls at Eton.
Eton. Ladies pairs.
So of course Tim was a great change of hands, I must say. He did draw the shot. Tim Moran. We got sidetracked again, Phil. It's unlike you.
Oh, well, I know. We've been talking.
So it was a one shot in the end to Mark Simpson, so he did remove a couple of bowls. There's a big cheer, so 14-18 that game. Matthew Mitchell leading.
Gar, not bad bowl, Gar.
Very
Yes,
good.
he's got
That's-
shot, I
there you
reckon.
go. That's two.
Two. Well done, Gar.
Two. And they make a charge.
I'm gonna leave you after this end, and
Again.
the president's going to come back to the seat, and I've just got to go and I'll show a little bit interest in my team over there, even though they're not
So you're
going
disgust?
so well. No, I won't show
Just
any.
go around. Oh, it's a great hit.
Great shot.
That's a great hit.
Don't think he's got shot out of it.
I
Did
think
he?
he does.
He does?
And Kyle's bowl
Oh,
behind there is the shot.
Oh,
Just
right. I
there.
thought it had a blue sticker on it.
Yeah, they are very similar, aren't they?
Yeah.
Especially when Kyle's is
It's got a
blue.
dot.
He's got a green dot, I think.
Oh, right.
Yep. Young eyes will
Yeah,
save you.
but that's why you're here.
and go put
Is
it
it
back.
morning tea time? Oh, you've had yours? Right out.
Didn't see any biscuits again.
Tea. Any biscuits over there? Oh, there was. Oh, jeez.
Doug's eating them.
Well, I'll go and get the coffees, and I'm having a coffee.
Gar. Gar Davey. Jason Davey to his mother. Would be disappointed with that.
Oh, yes. Well, we needed. They needed a score. They needed a score last couple of ends, but they
Morris
just can't
needs to draw
quite
the shot.
get it.
Needs to draw the shot. On that far rink, we have Mark Shinzig pulling away from Gary Capel, now leading 15-7, so that's a good one for Southern. The rink 2, Pennington.
Oh, that's tightened up.
Pennington, David Harris, that's tightened up.
Things
That's
are
now
tightened up. There's only one shot in it.
17-16 to Pennington.
Oh,
so
there's the problem. Keepy.
Keeps
Keepy's 18-6 in front.
18-6, so that's 12 shots
Yeah,
there.
and then there's 4 shots in
Yeah, Matthew Mitchell's
over
4
Maddie
in front.
next door, and then this one's opened out
That's
too.
11. So rink 5 and rink 3 are the issues here
Big
for
problems,
Southern.
yeah. Otherwise they'd be
David
right in it.
Just turned his own bowl up for a shot, so that's probably certainly 2. Not sure about the front, Lee's front bowl. That might count.
Could count, yes.
Ken Morris.
What have we got here?
Oh, he needs to run.
Gonna cut. No, he's not there anyway.
Needs to run. Got one bowl to get shot. They need him.
Yeah, he needs a skipper's bowl here.
Can David cover the jack up? There it is. Southwest 72, Southern 64. 75 ends played, 30 ends to play.
I like his
So,
grass.
Yeah,
I
this
like
is a
his
very
grass,
good
you're in,
shot.
buddy, they're saying. So he's just got to get past
Little
Lees,
feather
which
off
he
that
does,
would have
yes.
put him right on the jack, but
That's good. Leaves a little hole.
okay, so there is room here, Morris. Southern needs you. Don't mind. Oh, is he too high?
Might be too high, but it'll come back a fair
His
way.
weight's
Depends on
good,
his
he'll get
weight.
back.
Gets under this, even around, and falls in.
Will he save any?
Little bit weighty.
Actually, the
Probably
line was perfect. This could be 4, certainly 3.
4.
4 it is.
No argument.
4 it is. And it was Southern were looking good, but Lee McElvini took care of that by taking the 2 bowls out.
And I'll leave you to it.
Covered.
Go
Thank
and
you,
give
Phil.
my team.
If we don't see you again, thank you very much. 24-9 after 17 ends the score now, and that really Just puts one nail down for the Southern. They need a response across the rinks. All 5 rinks are going to have to work together to get this back.
And they're running out of time, Peter.
They are running.
Eastern have pretty much got the job done over on A Green, but to no avail.
Well, you did look happy walking across.
Yeah.
4 rinks to 1. So they've got the rinks as well. Eastern.
So, yeah, that's right. So they've
got the rinks. They've done their job.
But to no avail with Southwestern in
Southwest.
control.
Yeah.
Well,
they're in control enough. They're still close enough.
One hand on the shield, but not quite.
1, 2. Southern are actually in front on 3 rinks now. Scott Pennington just went behind David Harris. He's now down 17-18, so they're up. And unfortunately for them, Keep is up by 12, and here we're up by 15. So the 2 Southwestern rinks are really holding sway. So they need all 5 rinks to get this back.
You talk to all sorts, Pete.
Old friend behind me, Mr. Merv Holland, old Tamble up boy. It's a good shot.
So you played a bit of bowl. You've been around the traps, Peter. And I know you don't like talking about yourself, but you have done a bit of a journey around the state. Yeah, Tambler, Cunderdin, Wongan Hills,
and Kalgoorlie. Well, Kalgoorlie was a very short trip. They won't remember. Well, Boulder. They won't remember me there. I got there in, I think it was early mid-December, and the pennants had finished.
Oh wow!
Didn't even get to play a pennant game.
Why not?
I had to win a country week pairs with Joe Kennedy because
is that right?
Joe Kennedy was out at Boulder at that point.
Yeah.
So we won a country week pairs together.
And you won? Did with your Maury
Kamiri
and
is here.
Who I've just been talking to. You won one with him?
Yeah, won country week and the state pairs with him. Yeah, we went through a fair few, won the Australian pairs all in a row. State, country week and Australian pairs all in a row. So we won a lot of games of pairs together in a row for.
You win anything with
18-month period?
Win anything with Clive Gibson?
We nearly won a fours.
Nearly a game.
It's probably my. No, we did make a final.
He can bowl. Yeah,
we did make a final with Clive. We didn't quite get over the line.
Didn't you have?
I'm not going to say he let me down, but
Todd Harris was in that.
Yep, Todd Harris was in it, and I can't remember the 4th. That's bad of me.
Obviously, it was the one you can't remember is the one that let you down. Then
it was when I went back to Cunderdin, so I was relegated to the B team. So Kamiri and Wilkins and Calthorpe were all together. Quinn, which is the team that I usually couldn't win with them, so I went to the B team
and
nearly made it. We did get a question before about who do you think the best country bowler of all time is. Got Phil's opinion, and we actually agree. So you're wrong unless you say the same name.
Keith Donkin.
Very good. 3 of us.
One of
trifecta.
And not only is that, he's a great bloke as well.
Yes.
I worked with him when we were doing the selection of the country bowler of the century, and I had the pleasure of his company in it and his knowledge, and he was his input was significant and enjoyable to work with him. It was great. As were the other gentlemen that were in the room.
So we might see him next week, being at Eton. It's now his home club. Lee just do enough. Really good shot.
Lee has been good. I wonder if his mum stayed tuned in from Geelong for the whole journey, but he obviously won't be getting home that much and that often now that he's based in Margaret River. No. That's a hard place to leave, Margaret River.
Yeah, why would you want to?
Why would you want to? So has Gar got the shape here? He's sort of got the height and he's got the journey.
He's got a bit of weight on this, so is he sitting?
Oh, he found the hole.
He's got the hole.
Gave himself the opportunity. So, Lee swap hands.
So, has he got the height. He might just duck into the front one, maybe. May still count. Of course, that's David Foster's bowled in the front there. So maybe 3 again.
So Gar's picked it pretty well with his first bowl. So he's got a chance to correct, which is just a case of dropping a little bit of weight, although...
If he's dropped the weight correctly, he is very close.
He's got the shape. He's got the shape for a result, but...
Just not quite going to run it out. So it's still 2, probably 3. Certainly 2.
So the weekend, a little bit of it left to go, obviously, Peter, but the Emu Point Bowling Club,
they've been great, haven't they?
They have been sensational.
Yeah,
and
Shelley running things.
Shelley Bilney from the Zone Secretary.
She's done
awesome.
Everything you could ask of her.
Yep. Ernie Maples as president.
We've got the volunteers feeding us the aggregate scores from the other green.
Yeah, there's not much they haven't got right.
No. Breakfast in the morning was nice this morning, bacon and egg sandwich. Dean and I enjoyed that.
And then gentlemen on the screen there.
Oh, 2 Tambulat boys. Jimmy Hull, Merv Holland. No longer Tambulat, but when I was playing they were. Jimmy Hull, the great country commentator, football commentator.
Yes.
Him and Peter Sheridan. I ran into Peter the other day. He's now at Manning.
Righto.
And to him when I was playing at South Perth.
There's been some good country commentators. Stan Hill, Eddie Flay.
Yeah, great for country football they were. Jimmy and
did the journey.
Peter.
Ed's not so well nowadays. His great mate Ginge Wright plays his bowls here actually, and I just had to get a phone number for him so he could get in contact with Ed. Yes, there were lots of stories were shared with those 2
characters.
So
2 great bowlers, Merv especially, certainly when I was growing up, one of the best draw bowlers in Tambulat for sure.
So we'll see if another great draw bowler in David Goddard can get the job done here. He's assisted, of course, where he can sit on his own bowls.
Yeah, he's up. He's got all the confidence in the world here. Doesn't want any jack movement and doesn't get it. Just slips through.
Where did he sit on the team ladder that won both games?
David?
Yeah.
Well, he'd be pushing
all of a sudden,
yeah, he's only 3 shots behind Christian Carr.
And
plus 17.
Yeah.
Christian was winning, but not by this amount. Plus 20, so yeah, he's vying for the best rink. Of course, Matthew Mitchell next to him is plus 14, but he's having a tougher time with
Mark Simpson's not going to give you
done the shot there. Has he done the job?
A little tap on the thigh from...
Really good shot.
So the tape.
Yep.
Gar
likes it.
Gar likes it.
Well, that'll get him to 10, and they've got 3 more ends just to make some inroads.
Gar, of course, is Jason Davey.
Yep. Is he a good judge? Question. He is a good judge.
Good bowler with a good eye. Good judge.
So that stops a run of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ends in a row the Southwestern had won. They've taken the score from 13-9 to 24-9 in those 5 ends, 2 fours. So
I've turned it around. Took me 1 end.
Took you 1 end?
Well, all Phil was here to do was to make sure they carried the aggregate.
Southwest, yeah. Now that since Northern weren't going that well, he was bagging for Southwest. No doubt about that. He just didn't want you blokes to win it. I could read. You can read him like a book.
Yeah.
Just having a look there, Greaston, 81 to 62, so 19 shots in that one. 87 ends played, 18 ends to go. They need 17 ones and a 3. That's what they need over there for the Northern to get up. Big score on this end ring, 28-9, whoever that is.
That is Desi Miguel.
That's Miguel, yep. I see Matty Francis' head poking up as the tall bloke on the rink.
V. Fuster. They picked up, when I was there, back-to-back 5s. inspired them to greatness and back to back. So 10-shot turnaround in 2 ends doesn't do much for the opposition's scoreboard. It took it from a tough game to an impossible game really quickly. As we see, Bo Shelley, he parked it up a metre short.
This one's got more weight. This one looks better.
This one,
He's only got to get past it. Oh, weight was good, I think.
it's gone from 4 foot short to 3 foot short. But
So next door, Matty Mitchell now in front, 20-14. He's only got 2 ends to play there, but so Mark Simpson just looking to hold on there. He's done his job. Gary Keep, I think he's about 18-6, 19-6 now. Gary Keep. Over Jason Fegert. They've got 5 ends to play, so they're on the playing. They've played 16. Also played 16 next door. Scott Pennington, who is undefeated, is now 1 behind. He's 17. I think it's David Harris. Is that who he's playing? I think so. David's not there at the moment. 18. And the end rink is the Southern Hope. He's getting away from Gary Caffel over there. That's March Shinzig rink. They are leading 18-8 after 16. So they've actually made some inroads on that rink. They just need a little bit of help in the middle and the end here.
So David Foster slipped one in between two of his 2 bowls and threw for shot. And then Tim O'Meehan slipped one round the back, but just went too far and not quite into the count. Here we see Kyle doing his
Is he going to sit in front of Tim? He does. Kyle.
So it's been a fair crowd. With the crowds build up a bit
Yeah.
for this last bit of the journey. It's quite full down the middle.
Yeah,
and
they're
then
all hunkered
sitting up
under
in
the shade.
Yeah. So Tim, his first one was good, and this one's better.
Yep.
A little touch might bring the back one in, but a
back toucher doesn't
back
help them
toucher,
at all.
no.
And Kyle had already sat inside there if he missed that one. So a really good shot there from Tim. So they need to win these last 3 ends. That's their
Big time. That's their job.
whether it's 3 ones or they can grab a few multiples, but they've got to win the last 3 ends to give Southern a chance.
So
Kyle just slipping around, is he? He is.
So Gar, in front of him, he's got 2.5 foot to draw a counter. Should be feeling it pretty well now after this amount of ends have been played. The wind hasn't changed for a while, so conditions should be similar.
Pretty good here from Guy. He doesn't want to spring that jack. He doesn't.
And he does.
He's unfortunate. Still got 2, but it's a lot easier now than it was. That's what happens when you're behind. Those little things just go against you.
Yeah, it was a smile, but it was with a bit of grimace.
You wobble off a bowl and it flops the wrong way, or there's a hole that's not there, you go through it. When you're going well, those things don't happen.
That's right. Yeah, the bowling gods are a real thing.
The weight was terrific. Just didn't quite get the line. So Gar needs to put one right on it. Doesn't want to move the jack. That is the opposition bowl behind. It's Kyle Fittler sitting there waiting for that jack. So you don't want to move the jack.
And I think he's aware of it.
Yeah, he's just laid up, isn't he?
And you can't bowl with fear. You know, once fear comes into your game, and the focus of what you get wrong rather than what you get right, you do pull them up short. It's human, not a criticism. It's human nature. So Southern 72, Southwest 82, End 85. So time to do it.
Yep, End Rink is doing the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
Luckily for them, they've only played 16, so they've got a few ends to go as well.
Won't be as dramatic as last year's finish. Or maybe it will.
Maybe it will be. Especially as we say,
So
Eastern over there up on 4 rinks. So they've done enough if they hold those 4 rinks.
as lead, he just tugged that one a bit tight as he was looking to change the shape of everything. It happens. So the skippers make their way back down to the Well, one of the skippers makes their way back down to the mat,
David hasn't moved.
holding 2.
And
but
Lee doesn't want to go anywhere near him either.
no, he's keeping
So
a tactical distance, we'd call it. But holding 2, but it's a loose 2.
Yeah.
And the way David draws, he'd be thinking that he can
he'd back himself, wouldn't
back himself in.
he? Morris.
Now Morris.
So he's
Showing
done
no
this
fear.
pretty good. Just won't stop.
But he did give it a good
Don't think so.
They're looking.
Yeah, the angle's not right for us, but I don't think so.
So his view from the mat is easy. Just
Dunno.
beat that bowl. That bowl now becomes a bit of a
Yeah.
cider for him. He hits that, flops in, or just beats that. Then
Yeah.
they'll have to.
I'm not sure that's the shot they're playing from the arm indications. I think they're going to run it.
They're going to run it.
They're going to run for those 2.
Really?
Well,
Yeah,
we'll
they're
find
together.
out.
Yeah, they're together.
One may lock, that's all. Pretty sure he's not drawing, but yep, no, I'm pretty sure he's going, these 2. Will one lock, and depending on what goes on the angle. So, oh, we'll miss, he might be close to the jack.
As close as it went past. So I did get a message from David's father, Lance, and he missed the start of the live stream.
Did he?
Yeah,
Missed all the good bits.
Yeah, he had a hair appointment, so he missed that, but he's tuning in now apparently and really enjoying it with the
You
big
might want to go listen to you in the first half hour then, just to
check.
show how nice you were.
Yeah,
to
run
him.
it past his lawyers. So what can we do here with Morris?
He looks quick.
He looks to me he's going to get there way too soon.
Oh, that's definitely not the count
It's
now.
not the count now.
2/3 is going again. So
So he had the weight.
we'll hope that Kyle doesn't move down the centre line this time. There's a chance he might, Dean. We'll just have to live with it. And he does.
He's looking. He's close. Oh, so hot.
Good. So that'll be 2, we think, to Southern. Every shot matters.
That wasn't an interesting choice of shots for you, Peter.
Especially since he's drawn so. I don't mind the shot. I think the shot was legitimate.
Yes.
But he has drawn so well.
He's such a classic draw bowler, that such a weapon.
Yeah.
That,
No, the shot was definitely on, so you can't complain about the shot selection.
Yep.
We were all saying how great he was if he'd hit him. But he
Yeah,
didn't.
we'd be saying
But,
yeah,
he has,
absolutely.
but he has drawn quite well.
Yeah.
He's drawn very well.
Yeah, I mean, he'd be as good a draw bowler that's out there
So-
for the whole weekend. You know, he's hosts that
12-24 now after 19 ends on this rink. Just trying to win the last 2. 18-8 on the end to Southern. 19-17 to Southern on the B2. 20-9 to Southwestern on rink 3. Matthew Mitchell's up 20-14 for the Southern. And Southwestern 24-12 here. So, all good. 3 rinks to Southern at the moment. 10 or so in it. At last count. We'll get another update, I'm sure, soon. So
So it's all happening.
So still a chance for a grandstand finish here.
Oh, that's interesting. On the rink next door, Paul Garbellini racing one through as a lead.
As a lead, yeah. Matty Mitchell gave him the
Thumbs up and went for it.
the okay.
I played with him in an All-Stars game.
81-79. That doesn't seem possible.
So did Phil send the scores over?
I'm gonna say
That's
Phil's
got Manning written all over it.
yeah. We need a. Considering this end rink is up 30-9, that's hard to believe. We'll get clarification. We won't blame Dean solely and wholly, but you know he's got to shoulder some responsibility here. We've made him move to go check anyway. Yeah, I think they were Phil Manning scores. I think he sent through.
So driving lead from Paul Garbellini on the adjoining ring.
Yeah.
He was last time 3 years ago. I know he was out at Mount Barker Golf, but he shifted into Emu Point.
It is an all Emu Point rink, isn't it?
Correct.
So it's got to be some advantage there. So up and down for shot here. Plenty of room. Leaders have got the 4 points of the compass covered.
Yep, so anywhere in the middle of that will be that, and Tim O'Meehan,
I think Tim might have
start
done that as
clapping
well.
about now.
That's a great shot there. He
He's
fills
just
the
solid,
hole.
isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, he had a little break in the middle, but he's been pretty solid both sides of that.
So Cole Filler's chosen the other side of the green to draw a shot.
Just might have a bit of a run on this, has he?
Just roll past, but he's not
good.
that far off the money. So Tim needs to repeat. Have us talking about what a good set he's just put down. Got shot.
Dean's back, so you got told it's correct.
Phil Manning goes over, has G's up his.
That's the quickest comeback you've ever seen. It was
Yeah.
19 with 17 to play, wasn't it? Something,
Yeah.
and then it was.
That job done. So
Oh.
Tim just parked that one for a bit wide and a bit short.
But I'm still not sold on that being correct, but that's what the scoreboard says, so that's what we'll go with on the eastern northern zone.
So Kyle's corrected, but he has to get past, and he does.
So there must have been some numbers dropped over there.
So second shot, Kyle. Very good. That's your job as a second.
Yep, he's done his part.
Gar's job is to.
Yep, they need to add another one here. They can get another two here. Another two here that really puts them in the picture. In terms of aggregate, Gar's done that.
Can bowl, young Gar.
Very good shot. And so this might, Lee might just open
Right,
his
so
arms up here.
I think he's off the long run here. This will still be accelerating as it gets to the jack, I'd suggest. Can bowl. Palms it right back in his hand. Adjusts his grip. Stance. Oh, I thought he was going to get there real quick.
Yeah, just a dainty one here. Ditch weight. Can he get the ditch? Jack, he's just holding on that line. It's done that a lot in all the games we've had. Just held with weight on this ditch side.
Maybe straight at it was the go, but
I think so. Yeah, I'd take that loop out of it. I wouldn't be trying to play for any turn.
No shape required.
We might know a bit more history being here for a day and a half than he has. 86 to 78 after 91 ends. 8 in it. 4 ends to play of the 2025
So
interzone round robin. Again, he's playing with the weight, but he is a lot tighter this time.
and he's still keen.
Still holding. Still held.
Got one out.
Just looks so much better than that.
Yeah,
Coming down, but just does not give it an inch.
and we've seen he can play the big drive.
Yep. You want to keep the jack in the ditch, I'm sure. He was looking for the jack.
Yes.
And sometimes with those big drives, they can bounce anywhere.
Yep.
But he's got one out.
Which, in the context of this game, is
Whether he's 1 or 2 down, I'm not sure what
Good.
Gar's last bowl did. Or the one sitting out here on the right of your screen, whether that's second shot or not. Doesn't look like live, but looks a chance on the TV.
so Morris O'Neill, Onga up, chance to add.
Yeah, just be beating this white ball here. Jack high, just behind Jack. Has he got the run? They seem to think so. Yep, that's a very good shot.
There's a lot of clapping going on. Brilliant ball.
He's gone so much further than he would like to have.
the targets there, will Dave?
And will Dave look? He
Run.
probably has to. It's too inviting not to, I think. Still going with just that ditch weight kind of. Not sure it's even just ditch weight. Is he going to give a little bit? He's close. He is very, very close. And he's done enough.
Sliced it out for one.
Done
Magnificent.
enough. David Goddard's played a really good skips game.
Yeah, he has. He's
Played the bowls when he had to.
Yep, and a variety of shots.
Yep, he's drawn them. He's hit them.
Yep.
He's trailed them. Really solid game. Aha, now that looks better. That looks better. No, Eastern 95. You nearly dug a heart attack over here.
That had Phil Manning's name written all over that. I saw him with the cheese. There you go. He's given him the chalk.
72.
Back.
I had the defibrillator out.
Oh.
Ready for Doug. 95 to 72 after 100 ends, so 5 ends to play. 23 shots. Thought I was going mad. Well, that was the best comeback of all time over there. So, unfortunately, Morris couldn't resurrect the situation. Ken.
And is it just the one, Pete? I missed that as I was.
I think it's only the one. Yes. Well, I think it's only the one. This will certainly be two. Two great shots from David Goddard. Two sensational shots. 2 down.
So
26 to 12 as Phil Manning sits next to us again. I'm sure Doug's got a question for him.
So Eastern have got that sorted over there, have they, Phil?
Right there. Right there, we can't hear you, which is probably good, but
yeah.
Yeah, we're good?
Yes. Yeah, they have. Anyway, that's what happens. I'm going to the bottle shop later, don't panic. They've got some very, very cheap clean skins down here somewhere, and I'll get one.
Did they put you in charge of the chalk for the aggregate board at one point?
We got a false.
No? We got a false score come through.
And I said it had your name written all over it when it come back 3 shots in the aggregate.
No, yeah. Yeah, no, not my fault.
So how's Christian Carr, that rink, going? Because we've got, this could be Battle of the Champion rinks.
Oh, rightio. I didn't really take much notice. I just noticed that one of our rinks went down 30 to 10 and the other one's going to win 30 to 10.
Is that the Christian Carr one or someone else?
Kingy's, Brad King's going to win.
Okay.
He's 27-10 in front with an end to go. Fewster went down 30 to 10. Carr is... Do you want me to check it out?
Yeah, it'll be interesting because we get this count.
Oh, rightio. Good. I'll go and have a look.
So last end for this particular rink, the Matthew Mitchell Mark Simpson rink has finished. Complete score there is 21-15 to Matthew Mitchell, so he will stay undefeated. And he will go to plus 20. That won't be good enough to be the champion rink, but undefeated nonetheless.
Still a fair effort.
That's a very good effort from him and his team.
His hand-picked
I'm
team.
sure he hasn't done it alone. So they're finished up. Dogs have gone mad. Dogs on the ute.
So Bo Repicelli just... Oh, that's a little bit of a Harold Holt's just not coming back from out there, is it?
Got stuck out there a little bit. So
the wind can be cruel.
Jack is on the tee, so it's a longish end again on a normal green. It's pretty well full length on a normal size green.
So Kyle Fittler has swung to his backhand. He feels he's got a better look at it there, and plus he's got no traffic. And the wind may just pull that up a little bit short, maybe a metre.
Yeah. So rink 1, Mark Shinzing's leading 18-9 over Gary Caffel. Rink 2, David Harris is leading 20-17 over Scott Pennington. That's a really good win over undefeated Scott Pennington. Win, I should say. That's a really good scoreline at the moment. They've still got 2 or 3 ends to go, I think. Gary Keep is up. I think it's 21-9 over Jason Fegert.
We'll see a very good bowl coming in here from Tim O'Meara. Oh, it parked up.
Stop.
I thought it was going to run.
Might be shot.
Maybe shot. Yep.
So it's the Keep and the Goddard rinks that are getting Southwest over the line at the moment. Will we see another twist? Will we see one of those other rinks get a number and just put a bit of pressure on this aggregate? The Keep Feegate rink still got 3 ends to go, so they've got a little bit to go at the moment.
So Kyle Fittler swaps hands and
Fittler.
shows that he's very capable either way.
And draws the shot.
Draw a shot. Very clever after a switch.
Shot. That's all he had to do.
Not easy with
Morris is not so
wind.
convinced. 50-50 from
They
Morris.
both got shot. That's interesting.
He didn't say he had shot Morris, but he wasn't conceding.
So Tim O'Meara. So Christian was Carr and his team won 20-8 v Joel Leeson.
Joel Leeson, that's 12.
So
We went into this game 3 in front, so that's 15. So he's plus 32, isn't he? So he's 15 shots in front of David.
ooh, wow. So
You
some
haven't got,
interesting selections there.
You haven't got anything. There's no way they're entrusting you with anything.
As country director, I'd be very surprised, and knowing how he works in mysterious ways, I'd be very surprised if Phil Manning hasn't got that side in.
It's a good thing that Dean
custody.
got that on camera, so I can just look at it whenever I want anyway. So 14 the difference here for David Goddard, and he doesn't know this, and he won't actually even care about this.
He may.
He needs to win. He'll care in the long run, but not at the moment. He just wants to win the aggregate. He needs to get 2 on this end to go past Christian Carr, in my calculations.
And I guess that's where a good manager would keep that in the loop for you.
Yeah. Yeah, but he didn't have any teams that were any chance for a champion team. And none of his ranks had won 2 games.
Brad King won 2.
No,
King
no.
had won 2. He'll win 3.
Yeah, no, he hasn't got it. He hasn't
No.
got plus. He hasn't got one.
So
So
Jason Davey swings onto the backhand, 1 down.
So yeah,
Is past the pressure stage.
so Gar trying to draw us. Well, that's definitely the shot.
Well, wiggles through.
I don't know if that's more than one, but it's definitely one.
So his wing bowl,
Wing bowl might be
Maybe.
second, and the third one.
maybe
Well,
not.
David thought they had the shot, and Morris wasn't quite so sure.
So 1 on a look with
1 and 2 looks.
1 and 2 looks. Tim O'Meara's suggesting it's 2.
So will David draw this, or will he be looking for that jack? It's not a direct route to the jack. He's going to have to bypass some of the roadblocks. Does look like he's going to play some weight on this backhand. Ooh, he's very close here.
Here's a look.
He is
Here's a
very
look.
close. Has he got the jack or not?
Oh,
Oh, that's a great
that's a
shot.
great shot.
David Goddard.
It's only 1, but it's a significant
Yeah,
one.
I'm not sure. It might be more than 1.
I'd be think.
I
Well,
think it's more than 1. I reckon it might be 4.
you reckon it might be 4.
Look at this shot. Dean will
3.
in. I think the one on the other 3. There you go.
Correct. 3 down.
That's a great
Brilliant,
shot.
Brilliant.
Once again, as we said before, he's played a great skipper's game. Gary Keep over there drawing the shot as well for Southwestern. So they're doing enough across the rinks at the moment.
So it's going to be a strong countryside.
Morris O'Neill is very close to
that's
this. Will he
brilliant.
stop? Will he?
Oh.
No. Dean couldn't get the camera there quick enough. Just dropped in. I'm not sure he was getting the shot anyway, but he was certainly getting second.
So they're holding 3, Phil. David Goddard's rink holding 3 after he buried the jack with a brilliant shot. He's played all the shots, hasn't he?
Oh, I thought he needs one more to win the champion ring.
Is that why he's going in the ditch? You've put pressure on him to get there.
There you go.
Is he in?
The kiss of death.
Just in.
Fair effort. Fair effort.
So, he's holding the champion rink at the moment.
So, but his fate lays in the hands of Morris
draws
O'Neill.
Shot or second shot. It'll come down to a countback if you do a second shot. What's he done? He's tight. What's his weight?
He's
he past?
He's done
Is
it.
he past that bowl? He's drawing second shot.
He's drawing second shot.
One
How
shot.
good's that?
Oh, Goddard one. He'll go to 27. And that'll be the end of this game. We'll hold on for a little while, just so we're happy to hold on for a little while just to get the winner. So 27-12, so that's a plus 15 just to finish this game off. They played extremely well. Plus 15. My unofficial counting leaves Christian Carr plus 32, David Goddard plus 32. 3 wins each.
So the countback, or does it matter? They don't actually have
There's
a
no
champion
actual
rink.
champion rink, so it's just they're both going to be able to claim it, which is even better.
Yeah, that's right. Spread the love a bit wider.
So very well played from this Southwestern rink. As we zoom over to, I think we're on the Gary Keep rink. So the Gary Keep is the other Southwestern rink that is going very well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 13 ends. The Goddard rink won after being 5-0 down at the start. Coming through with 3 4s, which is always a good way to build your score up pretty quickly. 27-12.
So, Keep, Baker, Warburton and Exton. Johnny Exton from Brunswick, of course, good mates of Ross Warburton's.
So it's 22-12 now, so the southern team, the Jason Fegert team, has picked up a few. It'll be interesting to see what this aggregate score is once we get an update. There's Mark Shinzig leading Gary Caffel 19-9. David Harris leading Scott Pennington Rink 20-8. And Matthew Mitchell Southern Rink 121-15. And the Southwestern Rink, of course, on this green, this rink, David Goddard 127-12. So 15, 9, 19, 9. Unofficially, I think there's about 7 in the aggregate. Unofficially.
With what ends to go, did we say?
6 ends to play.
So, very doable.
This end we're on right now, the Gary Keep Rink, currently holding 2. Is on their last end. The rink next door has 2 to play. And the far rink, of course it's always the far rink when these things happen, the Gary Caffel Rink, Mark Shinzig Rink, they have 3 to play. I'm not sure we'll get that far, we'll see. Got the thumbs up from the man next door. So currently Keep up by holding 2.
Holding 2.
There it is, 9 the difference with 8 to play. I have it. I can't remember what I have it. 7 the difference with 6 to play. So we'll see if that comes through. Still Southwestern holding 2 on that rink. If you could, okay, yeah. If you could get me the actual individual end scores on the Northern Eastern, that'd be appreciated, Phil. I'm sure everyone would like to know.
It
The
is.
last rink is out there. They're playing their last end on the northern eastern zone, and Phil is going to go get me individual.
So being Sunday, there'll be a few people. Yes, you can, Phil, as we would love to get those final scores back and put out on live stream because people are interested.
So we'll get them. And of course another, just while we're waiting, Southwestern still holding 2 on that keep ring.
And Cass has done a remarkable over on.
Gary Caffel has made saved a score, made a score. We'll find out. They've got the mat, Southwestern, so they will extend their lead here.
And they're holding a couple on this nearest rink to us with.
It's going on the board now. Even the skippers don't know what it is. Mark Shinzig was going to change the board, but he doesn't know what to change it to. We know Southwestern have extended the lead on the aggregate lead on the Caffel rink.
Just can't see what it is.
Just don't know what it is by 1 or 2 or more. So we're just going just a quick shout out to CPH Group for allowing us to be here. We are coming to the conclusion. It's been a great weekend. A lot of very welcoming and friendly faces. Emu Point Bowling Club should be very proud of their efforts, and Southern Zone themselves, or the hierarchy of Southern Zone, have done a terrific job. And of course CPH Group allowing us to be here for the last day and a half, and again next week. And of course remember, Member Forum, AGM, Sundowner function, 21st of February. If you go to all 3, you do go into a draw to win lots of great prizes, I'm sure. I haven't got the specifics, but it says great prizes, and they wouldn't lead us astray.
They won't lead us astray.
They won't lead us astray. So RSVP, CBH website, 13th of February.
So, and then a lot of their shareholders will be out here playing today.
Yep.
So it gives them even more reason to be generous and sponsor this event, which we appreciate. And then again next weekend with the ladies pairs zone being held at the mighty Eaton Bowling Club. And I haven't been there.
I haven't been to the new since I've done all these upgrades. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to watching the ladies. There is the 104 end, so they are just finishing over there. 96 to 80. Northern have, again, pattern of the weekend, fell behind. If you fall behind by double figures, generally
you don't catch.
You don't catch up, but you don't let you lose anymore either. You stick.
Seems to be
you stick to around that 10 mark.
Yeah, it's a trend of the weekend, isn't it? Get behind early, so.
Jason doing nothing there.
Having a good look at it.
It's probably 2 down, I think. Southwestern there holding. The white bowl you can see there, and the whatever that colour is. What is that colour?
Is it a maroon?
Maroon, that's the word I'm looking for. Maroon. It's also a Southwestern bowl, so currently 2.
He's got sitting in the box seat. For him, it's just a draw.
They did up that score, so it was 2 to Gary Caffel. So Mark Shinzig now leads that one 19-11. 8 the difference.
And he's going to arrive there and miss.
He's
a little bit quick.
Jason Figert. His last bowl. Southern need to win every end here, even with a number. I don't think he liked it from the hand. And he was tight. Oh, he got his own as well. I'm not sure if that...
Well, they're not telling him how far he's got to draw, but I think it's a fair bit.
I think under the breath, they were not happy.
And that game
Gary's
draws to
game is already on the way. He didn't take much time with that. Didn't need much time with that. By the look of that. So there's a score here for Southwestern.
And this is the nail in the coffin. Looking
I think
at
so.
That. 2.
No, it's only 2.
Didn't make the journey.
One of those bowls is clearly not a Southwestern.
Yes.
Even though they both look like maybe the white one isn't. These blue and green stickers have fooled me up close. They're definitely fooling me at a distance. So 2 to Southwestern again. So they will win 24-12. The Gary Keep score. Scott Pennington has killed the end as we venture further away from where we're sitting.
So 83-93, 5 ends, 2 an end.
So Gary Keat wins by 12. So they've both still got 2 ends to play. So that 2 is not on that scoreboard, so we can, I think, say Southwest is actually 95 to 83.
So
101 ends.
Peter, the Country All-Stars versus Metro game, Thursday night.
Thursday night before Country Week. February 27th, I'm thinking.
At the Osborne
At the Osborne Park, 6:30-ish. When we like to start. So
maybe last year they played it on the synthetic.
No, we'll definitely be on grass this time.
Yeah, the lights were the reason, I think, last time, and sea green.
Yeah.
I mean, I played there.
We have sort of specifically asked for grass because the grass is running really good. It may slow down in the evening, but then anyone selected, whether they're Country or Metro, is going to Tasmania, which is likely to be a bit slower. So certainly state selectors would like to see everybody just having to push a little bit more, especially as the night goes on.
I played there Thursday and it was just flying.
Yeah, no, they look. Ian Lilburn at Aussie Park is doing a terrific job.
Yeah, that he is.
So I'm not sure if it'll be on C or A. We've left that up to Aussie Park to sort of tell us.
Good call. It
will be one of those 2 greens.
Yeah, and that'll be their call. But C green's flying, and I know A green's bowling really well. So, but I'd be suspecting just for the view, just for the spectators, because it is a big crowd, big turnout. Yeah,
Country, if Metro get down there, it will be no matter who's in this Country team, it will be a good team. So they've been competitive over most years. They've had a couple of rough ends, but they've won, I reckon, probably 2 out of the last 5. I'm guessing. At a guess. Ultra competitive.
Yeah, and I'm thinking Phil Manning may be the manager, the X Factor.
The X Factor. Yeah, no, he's washed all the shirts himself, I'm sure. So all the shirts have been washed and sitting in my office waiting. He hand washed them, I think.
Yep.
He had the old style.
And he's still got one of those.
The old style ringer.
Yep.
For the shirts. Wrung them out, put them on the line, folded them up.
So Phil, the manager for the Countryside, will that be announced today?
Yes.
And is it you?
Yes.
Did they decide that, or you just put your name on the line?
I just showed my authority and took over. Yeah.
Righto.
Okay.
No, they did.
They did.
They asked me. I said, "Well, anyone, I don't care." But they said, "No, you've been requested."
By the Metro team.
Well, after the way he. Well, after the way he washed the shirts, you wouldn't.
Yeah,
dare question it.
Hand washed every individual shirt he did.
All packed individually in plastic bags.
Packed individually in plastic bags. He's done a wonderful job.
Hope you still got them, Peter.
Yep. No, I haven't dirtied them too much.
Yes, thank God the Country team does look like a team when we get there.
Yeah, no, it is good. I remember playing in it, and we used the Northern shirts, which are just about the current ones you still got. That's how old they are.
They are old. We're getting new ones next year.
That's good.
Did I get those individual scores? Or wing scores?
I gave them to Doug.
Oh, they're here. No, I haven't got them. I think
There they are.
there you go. Doug's been hiding them. We'll get you those individual wing scores as we're looking at the Scott Pennington versus David Harris rink on rink 2, as they have 19 ends played. We think it's around the 10-11 mark with 4 ends left. Southwestern have a firm grip on this as we just have a look at this final scores from the north and the east.
So you're happy for me to read that out, Phil? So Eastern 96, Northern 82, and they picked up
Got back within 14. That's a good effort from Northern, considering.
And
picked up when you went over there and waved the red flag.
Hats off
or
to
the white
Eastern,
one,
but they picked up 4 rinks.
So Des McGill 30-10 over Stephen Fuster. Christian Carr 20-8 over Joel Leeson. We'll stick with the John Sharp 17-15 over Lance Litchfield. So they are the East rinks, so they only won 3 in the end. And the Northern winners, Brad King 29-10 over Jeff Main. And the John Kay, after being behind, I reckon the whole game, has got up 20-19 over Ray Griffiths.
Pinched it over the weekend, and that Stinger had all of their team for Ray Griffiths went through from league. They took that through to zone.
Yes.
And they
deservedly
so.
But haven't been able to replicate.
No.
So 3 rinks to the east and 2 to the northern. Going on the ladder we have, that'll give Eastern 9 rinks. Southwestern currently have 7. They've already won 2, so they're on 9 rinks as well.
Yep.
So Southern, well, they will win all 3 rinks if they happen to get up in the aggregate. If there's a late comeback, they will be equal rink winners, but it doesn't look likely at the moment.
And they would have been fully aware of all the permutations and consequences and what they had to do.
Yep.
They're the really professional side. Massive numbers through the Southwest, and picked a nice strong side out of a very strong competition.
Yep, so Jeff Main was undefeated. He's no longer because he went down.
By albeit 1. So a fair weekend for Gucci Main as we know him.
Yeah, no, he got a bit of a hiding that game, 29-10.
Oh, 29-10. Oh, right.
So he's in the negatives, but still
Stinger
a good weekend for Jeff and his rink. Scott Pennington is currently behind, and he is also an undefeated. That's the rink we're looking at now. He's 18-20 behind. So David Harris trying to make sure that he doesn't.
So Phil, as the country director, as we always refer to you as, you'd be happy with the weekend, how it's been presented, etc.?
Oh, fantastic. It's been presented exceptionally well here at Emu Point. They've absolutely turned the weather on, which has helped. Perfect conditions, slight breeze today, but it's not interfering with any bowls. You know, we've got all the best bowlers in the country here, and well, the games that we've watched, even though that one blew out a bit, have been very good. And walking around the greens, I've seen some excellent bowls, and I've seen the team, and it's very good. Yes, I'm very, very confident about the country versus Metro.
So you should be. You should be confident up until, I don't know, 10 o'clock on Thursday night.
10 o'clock on Thursday night as I have my first celebratory drink, because I won't be allowed to drink during the night.
No, you'll be on your best behaviour. I'll be standing next to you to make sure. I'm not sure who our manager is, because I won't be the Metro manager. I'm going to handball that to maybe Russell Pates. Maybe. He might be a good bloke
if you're afraid,
I'm not sure I'd trust
if you're
afraid, with it.
you're afraid to take us on again. Well, you get someone else. Anyone will do.
Well, you know, I won last year. I don't need to win 2 in a row. So maybe a Russell or a Lindsay Thorne. Who would you rather go toe to toe with?
I'd much rather go with Lindsay, smaller.
Yeah, I think
he'll be past his bedtime too at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, 10 o'clock. Yeah, that'll open up our chances, or the country's chances, if you have Prickles doing the manager's job for Metro.
He certainly will be the coach. He will certainly be Gene
he could be
without a doubt.
You know, all we're going to do is call the cards and toss the coin,
sure
and then
I think Russell's much better with the cards. So I might handball that to Russell.
Well, that's good, because usually I get you to do the cards anyway, so that'll be handy.
Well, a lot of times Trevor Barron.
You rigged the draw.
Trevor Barron has been our great card maker. Unfortunately, he is still getting over his... I've heard he's going very well.
Yeah,
I've heard he's improved a lot, but he has spent a fair bit of time in hospital. And
a lot of time.
But for all those out there who didn't know Trevor was in hospital, but he is certainly on the improve.
No, I didn't know that.
Certainly on the improve, and I'm sure he'll be back better than ever.
Yes.
You'll hear him coming
when
he gets back to the Osborne Park Bowling Club.
Yep.
I know they've certainly...
yeah, you know where to find him there anyway.
Yeah. Certainly been at a loss without him, but thankfully there's been a few that have stepped up and been able to run the state events and things for us in the Trevor.
Yeah, done a lot of power of work. Yeah, everything's pretty organised when Trevor's in charge.
All the best to Trevor if he's listening. Stop annoying the nurses, which I think he did day 1.
And day 2.
So a great shot there on David Harris. He now goes 3 in front, 21-18, last end. Gary Caffel must have picked up a couple more, or 4 more even. He's only 4 behind now, last end.
Last end, Barry Coote.
So Mark Shinzig up 19-15 for Southern, last end.
And we can see
David
from here
Hurst.
Barry Coote on the mat, a Brookton boy. Now, of course, in Mantra.
Yep, yes. So
Gets a
Slice the jack.
it's always good when you're in front, you're going to win it, and you're the last out there. You get the support from everyone else, and everyone's happy. That's a nice time to be playing. So as we're watching these bowls going, there's a few short bowls on the last end. They're going with the breeze this time. Maybe just the pressure might have just gone off. So Cam Wellington, straight out of juniors. We'll see what the future holds for Cam as he comes out of juniors and ventures into the. Well, he's been playing in the open competitions for a couple of years now, but a lot of talent.
Super talent. So, Phil, tell me, next year's Interzone round robin, do you know where that'll be held?
Well, we had a meeting Friday night, Doug, and there was a bit of conjecture about that. And it's Southwest, I'm sure. Their rep didn't believe it was, but everyone else said it's at their place, so we're sure. But which venue, don't know at this stage.
I had a spy spoke to Bob.
So is that Southwest Zone?
Southwest
Zone.
Or Southwest League?
Southwest Zone.
Okay,
and what they do in their zones, up to them. They could have a league rotation, but I don't know that.
Yeah, because it was at Denison obviously 3 years ago, then Eastern had it last year, and now Southern.
It's here, so it has to be there,
So it
yes.
has to be
You had a word to Bob, and Bob said what?
He's suggesting it's going to be Hall's Head, but I suggested that maybe the whole zone will have input because you'll have a rotation system if you like all the other zones, and you need to know where it's been. We know that it was been down at Bustleton last journey, and if I went back through the book, I could probably work out.
Hall's Head was, might have been Hall's Head the time before that. I think I went to Hall's Head, but that might have been not the time
Hall's
before,
Head.
but the time before.
2016-17 it was at Hall's Head.
So maybe not. So that's something that they decide. It's not something
that's
that
up. We don't decide that.
Zone.
Bowls WA won't have any input into that. We'll just assist as we need to for wherever it's held.
So we're finishing these last ends, and then we'll do a quick sign off, just so we give you the last results before we leave. We're about to certainly rink 1. The skippers are playing as Gary Caffel didn't do anything. Mark Shinzig will make his way down to the skipper's end.
So Mark he lost the first game as we know because we were on live stream. Then he won in the afternoon.
Yes, he won the second game,
good.
and he's
on the way to winning this one.
Yep.
Albeit with
as long as he doesn't
one
drop a
bowl
4 or
to go.
5, he'll win 2.
That's a fair outing.
That's fair. Yeah, that's if you win 2 at zone level,
Done well.
you've had a decent weekend. You can have a decent weekend sometimes and not win any.
Well, it depends what's in front of you, and that's right. You can have 3 close ones, and as we saw, was it Maney that
He could have quite easily not won any because he won 2 by 1, but has a 2-1 record.
So he gets a round of applause because
That's a great shot there. So Southern sitting on it, so they're trying to win their rink. Scott Pennington's looking for a 3 or 4 just to finish the weekend strong with 3 wins.
So just fast forwarding to the Country All Stars v the Metro side on Thursday night, and the Metro side, is that the basis of your state squad, or it is the state squad?
It doesn't have to be. No, it's not necessarily the state squad. No, it's a pure Metro team. So they've certainly tried to pick people that have performed in the Metro.
So
usually you'd hope that the state squad members from the previous year are in it. Otherwise, they're probably not making the state squad this year. But that's certainly no they haven't, like Blake Nan won't be in the Metro team because he's playing in Queensland.
Correct, yeah.
So, and they could have picked him, but they've decided, and Blake certainly understands that at that period of time he won't be a Perth Metro player. So it's an opportunity for someone else, but that doesn't hinder his state squad selection whatsoever.
That's good. So, and then the other one, which I'm not sure whether yourself and Phil spoke about, but the Perth Suns and the addition.
Yeah, we did have a quick
on Warren
quick
Holt.
word. Warren Holt
Yes.
in 3 weeks or so, he'll be debuting for the Perth Suns, and Mr. Consistent, we expect nothing short of a very good performance from Warren.
Popular choice, actually. Well, obviously from the country boys that I've been talking to, but in a more general, I've talked to a lot, as you would know.
No, we haven't
popular.
noticed.
We did.
Very
We
popular.
did say yes. No, one of the nicest blokes in bowls, but we are positive he has a grudge against someone in the country when he plays for the Metro in 4 weeks' time.
Yeah, well,
he'll definitely be in the Metro team, and he's got to fight. There's got to be someone in the country he doesn't like.
Yeah,
surely. Surely.
That could change. So we've got our lawyers looking into that, whether he can actually play for the Metro. But
He's signed,
Yeah, I just
signed,
don't-
sealed, and delivered.
I just
It won't look
doesn't
right.
sit, doesn't look right.
No, it won't look right.
doesn't sit with us.
But that's something you're just going to have to get over.
He'll have a Wagen shirt underneath his Metro shirt.
And
I
he
reckon.
will
I'm
be
sure he will.
trying like nobody's business.
No, there's no chance. If it's tight, I know whose side he'll be on. Yeah, and he
Wrong
he
place.
won't throw the game, but he
Luckily, he's a quick
won't-
player, so he's
yeah.
likely to be off first.
So I'm going over for that. So we got meetings in Melbourne, and then I find my way up to Moama for a look. So, and I really look forward. He's a quality person,
Yep,
quality
so
bowler.
Certainly tune in when it's on KO or Foxtel or the live stream,
Yes.
Bowls Australia, and give him some support.
And I know on the Tuesday night we play the Tridents, the Tasmanian side, and that'll be Tuesday. So that's 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock their time, so there'll be 6 o'clock over here. So in the evening, so prime time. We did request to get a few prime time games, and they have given us that one. That's Tuesday the 18th. So
Oh, great.
I urge all the country people to tune in, message in, whatever, and on KO, as you said, and just watch that. So to be able to watch Warren Holt play in one of the big competitions in Australia would be absolute privilege to be able to tune in and see that.
So the rink
and
one,
he'll appreciate people watching him too. If we can,
Yeah.
he'd love that. That'd be
yeah,
great.
no, he'll feel the love, I'm sure. So the first rink over there that Gary Cappell and Mark Shinzig rink has completed. Mark Shinzig had a really good win, 22-15 for the Southern Zone. We're just waiting for the last 4 bowls, and we'll be signing off straight away. I hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. So Facebook didn't like us today, but it will be. We will put it up on our YouTube page, the Bowls WA YouTube page. All the live streaming we do ends up there. So if you've thought of anything that you've missed in our live streaming over the past couple of years, then please go to the Bowls WA YouTube page, because it'll be there, and have a look at games. A lot of good games up there, and these games will be there in the next week or so. Thank you once again to all the support from the Emu Point Bowling Club and the Southern Zone. Scott is about to play his third bowl. We'll just have a look at Scott's bowl here as the wind gets up. Scott kills it. We probably won't stay. Just point that out.
It's not going to kill. I think. Oh, maybe
Depth.
yes.
Okay, so we're not going to
Right,
stay for
we're
this
not gonna
one.
stay.
No, we do know that Southwestern have won the Interzone Round Robin Fours. They're even contemplating whether they're going to play. Yes, no, they're going to play it. So tune in to Bowls Link. I'll have all the score, individual score, rink scores, so you'll be able to see the result of this individual rink. Thank you to, I'll let Doug sign off for us, but thank you to CBH Group. Thank you to Doug and Phil for their help. Dean and Lomax Productions, very much appreciated again. I'll hand over to Doug Kelly, President, if you would like to sign off and take us out.
Yes, thank you. You've covered all the bases as far as the thank yous, and I really do endorse it and have appreciated the support and the work and the effort that's gone in from all of the Southern Zone, especially Shelley Bilney. Her efforts and her assistance to us has been outstanding and made our life easier. I can assure you all. And I look forward to catching up next weekend as we head up to Eton Bowling Club for the ladies' interzone pairs. Another live stream and another chance for us to showcase our country bowlers to a large audience. So thank you, Phil. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Dean. And off we go.
That'll be the end from the Emu Point Bowling Club. We'll see you next week.